All right then, hello, welcome and bienvenue. It's time for another Amish Inquisition, episode 426 on Sunday, the 14th of June, 2026. I'm Phil.
I am Ben.
And I am Matt.
And tonight we're very happy to be joined from all the way north of the wall by Tormund Giantsbane. How are you doing, Tormund?
Good, lads. Very good.
Only joking,
Good
it's Dane Quirk. We've got Dane at Saturn Rooster on YouTube. How are you doing, Dane?
Good, lads. Yeah, nice to be here. It's 5 in the morning over here, but yeah, it's great. It's good to be here.
That joke doesn't even work properly now. You've trimmed your wild man beard.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, and I didn't go too wild, but
you're kind of halfway. Sort of halfway between Ben and me.
Halfway, yeah.
Ben's killing it.
So, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's early, but I've got the week off this week, so we kind of nailed it there. I didn't even realise till this week I had the week off, so I've no work today, which is all right.
Nice.
Super. I've got Ryan Seven to thank for introducing me to you, because was it Ryan who set up the Discord server?
Yeah, well, Ryan set the Discord up, but we had the idea sort of together, you know. He we were doing all this sort of math stuff, and he was doing all. You guys have had him in heaps, you know, those episodes from for a while, and doing all the similar numbers that you guys are familiar with probably now, the 144 and the 432s and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my first introduction to it was, I think, through Randall Carlson. He did a video series called, I think it was called Cosmic Cycles of Catastrophe or something. I can't remember, years and years ago. And that was my sort of introduction to this sort of weird area of research. So, I mean, how did you get into it all?
Yeah, similar. I saw a little bit of Randall, but also Robert Grant and a few others like similar to that. But I'd also just seen just over the years of, I don't know, I suppose watching a few little docos and just all those sites, because I love all the sites, you know, as most of us do, whether it be Angkor Wat or India, anywhere in India. Or, you know, they've, of course, the pyramids and all that, but there's just so many. They're all over, you know, South America, just ridiculous stone monuments of crazy proportions. And noticing that just all the 108 for, you know, all those sorts of numbers were everywhere. Just the whole planet was covered in 108 or 216, or they just were really the most. I thought, what are they on about with all these? Doesn't matter where you go, they're always using those same numbers.
Yeah.
And these numbers are not isolated. They're interrelated with each other, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. So the harmonic series is like it's notes really on a instrument, but besides that, they are just sort of harmonic, where they all devise into each other really nicely. It's sort of the sexagesimal kind of thing, but I've got it written down here, but it's just one. You know, and you just double it down the side there. You've got the C column, you know, C is just 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, all the way down the side column. And across the top's just triple, 3, 9, 27, 81. So you just triple. So that's all it is, just doubling and tripling from the tonic of 1. That's all the harmonic series is, you know.
Right.
So kind of anyone can do it. They always debate whether there's, you know, these cultures met each other or whatever. So whether they did or not, everyone can do that. You know, everyone can double and triple 1. You know, with a pile of rocks or strokes on a cave wall. You know, you can just get sets of doubles and triples, and you can see a bit of a pattern emerge. You know, but they really divides into each other nicely.
I remember finding somewhere that there was a special relationship with 9, and that a lot of these numbers, like the processional cycle, is it 25,000? Something 62. I can't remember.
920, yeah.
920.
25,920, yeah.
And it divides equally into 9.
Yeah, they all basically do add to 9. And that's always a thing too. I mean, 9, when you know and you do a little bit of math, whenever you use 9, it always sums to 9. It's kind of a magical property of 9.
Oh, right. So you can add. So, for example, this is one that blew my mind. You can take that big 25,000 number and add the individual digits up. Add 2 plus 5 plus whatever, and then you can reduce it, and it always reduces to a divisible of 9. It'll always finish on 27 or 18 or 9.
Yeah, 9 does that anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
You know what I mean? And you can, if you use 9 in your equation at all, 9 times any bloody number, it'll always sum to 9. It's a magical property of 9.
Yeah, I remember testing it on a calculator, and I can't remember whether it was a 10-digit number or a 20-digit number. I think I run out of room on the calculator before I could make it break down.
Yeah.
You just think, well, it's just, it fills you with, it sort of inspires you and fills you with a bit of awe, really.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder why there isn't more kind of 9-related base sequences. Like we have a 10 base sequence, don't we, in number in kind of Western numbers. Well, why aren't there more like 9 things? Like we should have 9 months in the year and 9 minutes in an hour. Maybe not that one, but
well, you might know about this, Dane, with the is it the Babylonian system?
Yeah, they've got the sexagesimal with 60 in that, but it's like all these numbers, all of them, but I think, except for the C column, which is the doubling, 2, 4, 8, 16, all that, basically all of them sum to either 3, 6, or 9. And I think John Lennon was onto it because he was, with his number 9 thing.
Oh, yeah, Revolution 9.
Yeah.
With that, yeah.
And wasn't there a song with Yoko singing number 9?
That's Revolution.
Yeah, that's
9,
yeah. Yeah, it's that's what sort of interests me about it. I'm not really a numbers dude, I'm not. I mean, I've always got my whiteboards and stuff out and doing numbers, and it looks like a lot of numbers, but it's real basic stuff. Like you've got Melissa and David Kenworthy and all that on the Discord, and they do stuff. It's like might as well be Mandarin to me. I've got no idea what they're doing. I'm just like, whoa. Yeah, so I'm a real simpleton as far as all that stuff. And I just sort of thought, well, I think that's maybe the premise for all these ancient cultures too. Like they're just looking at the laws, I suppose, basic. Like, the 9s always return sum to 9, and 6 is a perfect number. 1, 2, and 3 add to 6, and the divisors of 6 is like the perfect number. Just things like that they've probably noticed. Just obvious things that you can notice. And that's why I ended up going to the guitar in the end, but we'll get to that. But it's a real thing, practical, tangible, tactile thing that when you go to the very center of the string, you get the octave. And I'm like, surely that was a mind blower. The first bloke that strung up something,
Right. So that's if you're not familiar with your guitar, you have a string, and at one end you have the nut, and at the other end you have the bridge, and that's your scale length essentially. And if you put your finger down exactly halfway through,
12th fret,
it's generally the 12th fret, but it's if it's on a violin.
Halfway
up the string.
Yeah,
it'll be twice the pitch. It'll be 1 octave higher than the open string, the string playing without your finger on the fretboard. So you halfen the length of the string cut the length of the string in half, and you get, there we go, live demo from a guitar.
Yeah. So we got the open, just the open, and you go right to the center of the string, which is the 12th fret. So that is So I mean, the first person to ever have done that in history. I mean, I don't know who it was. With a piece of gut. Usually, they do it with a piece of gut to make the strings. And I'm sure they would have been like, oh, hey, Bob, call out to the other cave across the valley. Oi, check this out.
Yeah.
But all those kinds of observations, like real simple stuff. It's just an observation that you can see they're like laws, like God's creation laws that just are physically nothing man can do about it. And they're just there no matter what we do. So I was thinking that the pyramids and these crazy places were probably inspired by just simple stuff like that, like just by the natural laws surrounding mankind. And when I started to look at the fretboard, it was like, oh, hang on, this metrology, why is the mile 600 what is it, 6,336? No, it's not. Is it 63,000? Anyway, but why are these numbers associated with miles and kilometers and all that sort of stuff? Where did they start? Why? What inspired it? That's kind of why I was curious on what inspired it all.
Yeah, the roots of metrology.
Yeah.
Why is a mile
it could
a
be
mile?
anything. Yeah.
I mean, the old sort of. Sorry, Dan, go on.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, go. Yeah.
The old axiom is that man is the measure of all things, and so that an inch is the width of your thumb, a foot is the length of your foot, etc. I think a cubit is the elbow to the wrist or the end of the hand. I can't remember, but that these measurements are derived by sort of the average human form.
Yeah.
But you're sort of you're implying that there's something greater than that, that there are relationships going on at the micro and the macro level as well.
Yeah. And well, it seems to me that's the case. And because it's really simple, like if I can do it, primary schoolers, they've got this in the bag. It's easy. Like the Fibonacci sequence, even like you just add 1 to 1 to 2. You just add in the last one to the next one. Everyone can do that, whether you're a caveman which I am a caveman. I'm a retarded caveman. And if a caveman can do it, I'm sure it was noticed. It would have been noticed. And then these really simple things, I think they inspired it. Like for example, the 10th Fibonacci set number is 55, right? So you've got your decimal, you've got and then your 12, which is basically sexagesimal because 5 12s are 60, and you've got your 60 sort of going on. And then 10 sixes are 60. So the 10s and the 12s are kind of this, there's arguments about all this stuff, about decimal or deca and the sexagesimal, the sixes. But just like I said before, with the 6 is a perfect number, you can see this noticing. That's all I can sort of say about it, is that you can see these people observing and noticing these basic laws of number and guitar, middle of the string, and those types of things, and they're realizing, oh, this is just what it is, because man can manipulate numbers all day. And that's what I've sort of noticed with there's a lot of people on Facebook and that over the years, and they're doing a lot of math. It's all pretty full on, and they're drawing pictures, and anyone can sort of play with numbers and you can get all sorts of results. But I'm just not interested in that. I'm looking at just fundamental, intrinsic, basic laws of number that just are there without manipulation, really. They just sort of lay there on their own, and that's just what they are. When I come at it from that place, you get all these, the pyramids, or you even get the notes, and I'll show you later in a sec. You might have seen it not only with Ryan interviews, but just why is the pyramid base 3,024 feet? Why pick that? I mean, you've got Ralph Ellis and those guys saying it's a cubit, it's 440. But then when you sort of nail them down on what is a cubit, they'll say the elbow, wrist and stuff. But really I've heard them say in their interviews, which they're kind of a bit cagey about, which is actually they use it centimetres or inches. But most of the time they'll use centimetres. And of course, there's a big hoo-ha about that. You might have noticed there's a real big hoo-ha about metric. Everyone hates metric, especially the older crew. Actually, David Kenworthy's good, and Melissa's on board a bit, but I think she's fairly on board with it now. But originally, I think it was sort of a bit of like, nah, maybe.
I think there's a bit of
But
jingoistic. It's a bit of British jingoistic because oftentimes in the UK we see the metric system as an invasion from the Europeans, a system devised by Napoleon and being enforced on us by Brussels. When you know the metric system is ancient and probably as ancient or more ancient than the imperial system.
It seems so. Yeah, it really does seem so. Like it's not. I wasn't looking for metric, you know, and I wasn't even trying to do what a lot of the metrology do and try and reconcile the different systems.
Why would you look for the metric system at Giza when we're told that the metric system was devised by Napoleon? That should be a pointless exercise, but it's been proved that it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, except like you say, like a lot of the older crew, especially the Poms, I've noticed the Pommies, they just go, no. You know, well, I think it's Adam Tetlow, which I love. I love you, Adam, and you do great work, bro. But it's like they're just adamant, like, no, stop looking, you're an idiot. But like I say, I didn't go probing for it. It just kept, you know, there it was all the time. I thought, and it was they were interlinked, the metric and all of them actually, you know, whether it be megalithic yards. David Kenworthy now is really onto it. He's really got the goods on all this now, and he's quite proficient with number and math, and you know, it's like, whoa, I can't keep up with him really, but he's I just wanted to shout him out there too, because he went on Melissa's show, and it was maybe a few months ago now, and he really gave me a big heads up and said, you know, Satin Roosters nailed it. He's brought in the harmonic musical side, because that's what we're sort of on about here too. I should mention that the quadrivium. The quadrivium is this, and actually, what's his name? He used to be on Megalithomania quite a bit. He was one of the starters. He was one of the guys that started Megalithomania with Hugh, even before Hugh, I think. What's his name? I've got to think of it. And he started Wooden Books. He runs Wooden Books.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's a genius as well. I'll think of it in a minute. Anyway, he it's about the quadrivium. So you've got astronomy, geometry, arithmetic, and harmony. And those four things are actually the one thing. So, you know, music is time. So we've got 1,440 minutes in a day, you know, and that's part of our harmony stuff. You know, we've got 144 down the D column there in purple, starts with 9. You know, you go 18, 36, 72, blah, blah. So these sorts of things time is kind of music. It's part of the music scale there, but so they are the one thing. In astronomy, we realise is much the same. So, yeah, we got Pythagoras too. It said the music of the spheres, you know, and that's what Ryan reckons I've nailed. He's like, you've nailed the music of the spheres. And I'm like, all right, I think maybe we're getting close anyway. But Pythagoras was a nutcase about the bloody monochord. He loved the monochord. He studied it forever. And after him, all the Pythagoreans after him were like, yeah, they studied this just one string, and just the middle, and then the thirds and the fifths, and which is just a third of the string. It's just a fifth of it, and you get these lovely relationships, and you can play nice chords, and it's not just a jumble of notes. It just sounds kind of shit, It's all nice. You can, like, well, have you guys seen that new band? It's like, I don't mind them. It's okay, but they wear all the polka dots.
Oh, Angine de Poitrine.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use microtonal guitars, don't they? So they have frets within frets.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting, but it's not bad. But you could, as you notice, there's only two of them. One plays drums, and the other one plays the sort of bass guitar double neck thing.
Yeah.
But they haven't got any other members, have they?
No.
And it's because it'd sound totally shit. Right. Because unless they all had the same, guitar, and they were all, but it would just be kind of messy, It's very difficult to play along with others when you've got this microtonal stuff going on.
What's interesting is the way that music is constructed. There is a reason why certain chord progressions resonate with us. The famous one is Live With or Without You by U2. So it'd be like, what was it? D, A, B minor, G. That same pattern is used in 100,000 pop songs. It was the theme tune to A Question of Sport, was the same pattern. And there's a reason why this pattern, there are certain chords called a tonic chord, because it's like the last chord before a resolution. It's like it's like begging a question. It pulls you forward in time to what you think the next chord's gonna be. It's weird how arrangements of strings can affect us psychologically in that way. And when things are discordant, it just, unless you're some sort of weirdo, it just doesn't work. It's not satisfying in some way.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. It's because that's what it all comes back to as well. It's like you said, the measure of a man. Where these units of measure come from, the body, and even our bones. It's 206 all up, but the hands have got 27 each hand, which is 54. Wow. And then when you do it's a scientific name for the bones, but just the
skeleton. Sorry.
It's I might as well. Yeah, that's my caveman lingo. That's all about that I know. But it's just with just the arms, legs. I think it's just without the torso. There was, oh God, what was it again? Not 108, but it was something like that,
Yeah.
And so,
how many vertebrae? 32.
33 usually when they fuse. It can be slightly different for some freaky weird people, but most people 33. Yeah, I was looking into that a while ago, but I've forgotten tonight. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. But yeah, the body and everything is related to all this, of course. So yeah, when we hear discordant stuff, like you say, if you're a weirdo, you might like it, but most people are like, ugh, what's that bloody horrible bloody easy to bung note there? I mean, I played a lot of gigs for many, many years. That was what I did forever, from like a young teenager. I started a band when I was in 14 or something with my mate Hamish. And Hamish, and yeah, we just, that's what we did. We wrote songs. We didn't play many covers. We played a few just to keep the punters happy, but we just loved writing songs, and they were crap. I mean, they were shit songs. You guys might have seen in the other interviews. So, like my background, my dad's a brickie, stonemason, come from Glasgow, and he built the family home down here, just in Congo, where I am. And it looks like it's straight out of Glasgow. It looks like a church. It's got buttresses. It's got 45-degree pitch roof. It's a church.
Wow.
Everyone calls it the Congo Castle. Yeah, it's an insane place. But that's why it's kind of like why I do this stuff, because I'm not really a math dude. But so you got the building side of things, and then they were all singers, and I'm sort of a singer, but terrible singer, and but guitar player. So my early days were with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. One of the guys, the bass player, built a house here in Congo. It's a tiny little hamlet of like maybe 150, 200 people, right on the beach, national park, no one around. It's really quiet. So back in 1994 or 5, I was only 12 at the time, and I was surfing by myself because nobody at this beach. It's so secluded, and I just saw someone walking up and down the beach every day. And it was Flea of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now, I didn't know who that was. I was only 12. And even when he came up to me and said, hey, I still didn't know who it was, I was just a kid. And he wanted to learn how to surf. So he goes, teach me how to surf. You surf here every day. I've seen you every day surf here on your own. Teach me. So, no worries. So that's how it all started. And I was playing a little bit of guitar. I knew G, D, and C, and how I knew a few chords, but I was crap. And so then I ended up being bass tech, right? Which is kind of why this is all important in the end anyway, right? So I was his bass tech at 17, went to the USA at 17, and Mum was freaking out. I was still at school, and And I'm going, and they've always got their doodles out and stuff. They're always naked and crazy. But Mum knew Flea pretty good by then, and was kind of cool with it. But went out and did the bass teching, and so I was just setting up his guitars and his guitar amps and pedals and all that stuff, and you adjust like what's called the intonation, or you got the up and down, so you've got your action, so your strings can get closer to the fretboard or they get further away, so that's your action. And then your intonation, you adjust the string length. On an acoustic you can't do it, but on an electric guitar you've got these saddle bits and they go up and down, and that'll give you, like we said before, the 12th fret. If it's the intonation is no good, it'll be a bit flat or sharp, so you adjust the intonation and it'll make it better, either backwards or forwards. So anyway, that's sort of, because I've bass teched before, I understand that just setting up an instrument and stuff it's got these little things you've got to do. And that's what kind of got me thinking about, I wonder if the pyramids and all that stuff, like they understood, these basic laws of harmony and music, and that's the basic laws that you've got to do, otherwise it sounds crap. So that's kind of,
When did you sort of think, oh, I'm onto something here, there's something weird going on? Was there a specific moment or discovery where you thought, there's more to this than meets the eye?
Yes, there was. It was last year, about August, I think, last year. And I thought I sort of get into this string length monochord stuff. And it was on the same day I had the idea. It was mental. And I just looked up a YouTube dude, and he just was saying, let's just pick any old string length. And he happened to pick 630 millimeters. I think it was, and it's 25 inches, I think. Anyway, I just watched his video. And because I'd been doing my astronomy and stuff like that, I realised straight away when his computer just did it all. So he put it into a program and it popped up all the frets, the distance from the nut to the first fret and second fret, and the distance from the bridge coming back up. And then the width of all the frets. And it was just a fluke because I could have picked any video on there. And because I was just familiar with the astronomy numbers, I was like, oh shit, the first fret is 35.4. And when you just times that by 10, it's just magnitude, so you just blow that up a bit bigger, just to 354. That was the moon, the moon's cycle is 354 days. And I was like, that's mad, because that's the first fret. And the first fret's kind of like the closest, object to Earth is the moon. And I'm like, kind of just made that little silly correlation. Then I was like, well, hang on. If there's anything in this, the second fret was Mars, because it had 687. And I was like, that's the sidereal bloody thing of Mars. I'm like, okay, that's kind of like, the next one out on it. And then I'm like, so it got to the last, I thought, let's just wait to see the 24th fret. If it's the 2 octaves, 12th fret's first octave, and the 24th fret's 2 octaves.
Yeah.
Sort of like the day as well, 12 o'clock around to 24.
Of course.
24 bizzo. Well, the 24 bizzo too, come to realise it's a massive big deal. Like, you got the dodecahedron, you got all this stuff, but too wild for me really, but it's really important. 24 is like, sort of the holy grail. So anyway, and Saturn, we know, Ryan can tell you all this stuff. It's like, he's the boundary, he's been in Greek stuff. It's like, he's the limitation and the boundary and all that. And I'm like, well, if he's here, he'll be at the 24th fret. And he was. And I was like, you've got to be joking. So the 24th fret, right, 24 times the distance that it's at, right, with a 63 millimeter string, but it doesn't have to be millimeters. It can be inches. It can be a 630 foot string length, which is mental. But it doesn't matter what unit. No, it's like, I'd love to play a string that long. That'd be epic. I would. That'd be so cool. Just string it up across a footy field or something. Anyway, and just probably start an earthquake.
So let me just get this in my head. So the string length is immaterial, or is it the ratio?
Yes. Yep. I just kind of got lucky. Like it is immaterial. You can make it a ukulele or a big double bass. Its string length doesn't matter. But when it comes to the astronomy, the quadrivium
It's the
stuff, I just kind of
interval.
got lucky. Yeah, like we said before about 9, right? So
Yeah.
the 9, I was like 630 it's a 9. And so we'll get to it, but it's like the pyramid base. The pyramid base is 3,024, right? That's in feet. And then in meters or metric, it's 9216. And 9216 is bloody D, right? It's fucking part of the D thing. You got, and I'm like, hang on, that just can't be just whoops, you know. Like and especially like the whole thing was covered in 144,000 casing stones. They say it's 144,000. Then you got the Jehovah's Witnesses bothering everybody about there's 144,000 you got to be saved. It's everywhere. 144 is a big deal. It's 12 squared. It's all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. And a 10-sided shape, a decagon, is the internal angles are 144, and there's lots to talk about all that stuff. But so yeah, the base of the Great Pyramid. Surely they didn't just again they always use cubits. These guys, but and I can show you how that works with the 176 or 1,760 cubits for the whole base. But they all marry together. They're all kissing each other and hanging out. It's just kind of one system. It's not really 3 different systems of measure. They're all really derive one from another. It's beautiful. It's really kind of amazing and very natural. Like David and that are kind of doing stuff I say I can't understand it, but and they're kind of dividing by this and doing that, and I'm just kind of going plus that one and that, and boom, I'm a basic man doing very basic things. And because there are Egyptologists and science sort of dudes and lots of skeptics, which is great because that's where I started. That's why I stuck with the guitar, or I stuck with something real that we can all observe. We can show the kids and they can go, oh yeah, simple stuff. But yeah, I'm sort of like now I'm just convinced, yeah, that they're all one system. They're all one thing.
So you take this guitar string. Your first fret was the moon, was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The 24th fret was Saturn.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, are any of the other celestial bodies in between?
Yeah, we've got Jupiter at the 19th fret. So 19 times 210, which is where he is, I think, from the bridge. No, from the bridge. So yeah, and it's 399, and that's his synodic period. So
What's the synodic?
399 days.
Sorry, what's the
Synodic
synodic?
is yes, a synodic. I actually got to Google it because just so I can read it out nice and easy. It's basically where the sun relative. Anyway, I'll read it out because it's way better. Where is it? I think it's at the bottom here. Synodic. Okay, the synodic period is the time it takes for a celestial body, like a planet or moon, to return to the exact same position relative to the sun as seen from Earth. It governs the phases of the moon and observability of other planets in our night sky. So that's a synodic.
Right.
And when you've got Pythagoras and that's saying, music of the spheres and it's all this musical stuff, I was just like, okay, what does he mean? Like, they never really published on it and sort of showed us this is how it works, And I don't think I've totally got everything, but I've got kind of the basic stuff, But yeah, Saturn, 24th fret, 24 times 157.5, which turns out to be all totally metrology and qubits and stuff. It's all related to that. These sort of numbers, they pop out with metrology all the time. They just, whether you ask any of the big legends like John Neal or John Michel, Berriman, I think, is another. There's all these guys that are geniuses at it. Yeah, this was like, well, so it turned out 3780, and Saturn's synodic period is 378 days. So that'd be 10 cycles of Saturn, really. But just the fact that it popped out 378 at the 24th fret, I was like, no way. But you have to use this 630 string length, which makes sense because it's a 9. So all these nines, 36 and 63, they're just backwards, but they're all 9.
Right, so you
And,
have to use the 630 mil length to get these
yep.
numbers that relate
Yes.
to, right, I've got
The
you.
plane.
Right.
Yeah. And which is, so I'll do sort of, oh yeah, so then I realised, just before I rub this out, so I've got a bit of space, but here's some more stuff. So the 630 string length, all these distance, they're all the widths, right? So the width of the first fret is 35.4 mil. The next one's 33.4. They all get skinnier, as you can see on the guitar. They all get from sort of like fat, and they all, as you come down, they get skinnier and skinnier.
Yeah.
And so that would have been noticed too because it's natural law. Nothing man can do about this. It's just kind of, we can do that bloody band that you mentioned, the Frenchy buggers, microtonal, right? And you can fit frets in between, right? But man, it's like very, very, it's hardly audible. You can hear it, but just, it's not.
Yeah, it's just
off-putting. If you learn if you have a good teacher, they'll tell you to put your finger right up to the back of the fret, because if your fingers if you're playing up the top, up the bottom of the neck where your fret spacing is quite wide, if you have your fingers too far back, it can sound slightly flat. So you're always told to get up to the fret that you're playing to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fanned frets now on basses and things. A lot of fanned frets coming, like splayed frets. I don't know if you've seen them, the new Ibanez and the, I can't remember the name, but Dingwall basses. They're all like fanned frets now. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually about to get into all that because that's really fascinating because it's they're really in tune, because it's a compromise on the guitar. They're slanted back like sort of on an angle, and they're actually, some of them are sort of zigzagged a bit, and it's so that when you play the 6 strings together, they're all perfectly in tune. There's no little wiggle room, because between when you play a D chord on a guitar and then a G, there's a slight. It's a great compromise, but that's about it. That's the first person to come up with a 6-string guitar. It's a very nice compromise, but it's not perfect. But those guitars you're talking about, they've kind of nailed it. And there's even fretboards now, you can move them. You can move all the bits. Yeah, I'm really keen on all that.
They're wild.
I'm going to get into that soon because I'm thinking maybe that wherever, each string's spot is, they'll be more related to all this astronomy stuff as well.
Yeah.
I've kind of just got the basics. But so anyway, between all those frets, they're getting smaller and smaller. So between the first and the second fret, there's a 2 mil difference. And between the second fret and the third fret, there's a 1.9 difference. And I just added up the differences. And it turned out to be 26 mils all up. When you add all the differences between all the frets in their width, it was 26. I was like, okay, nice clean number. And it's sort of yod hey vav hey sort of thing. I think that adds to 26 or something like that, I'll tell you. And so I took the 630 mil string length and I times it by 26. And I got the Maya sonotic count. And I was like, what? Because I'm into the Maya stuff. I've got a few, I think 1 or 2 videos on it. But the Maya Sonotics, they had this other system. But it relates to Egypt and all the others. They've got this, you can do it. Numbers can do anything, however you want them to do it. But they've all got different calendar setups. They all know about 365 days, but they just split it up differently and, just muck around with their own system. But I knew that the sonotic period for the Maya of Mars was 16380. And when I just got the string length and times it by the differences of the widths, we got it. We got 16380, and I was like, no way. So then I did half the string, right, at the octave. Let's times that by 26. We get Mercury's sonotic period, according to the Maya, 819. I'm like, oh my God. And then, 157.5 times 26. And we got Venus, according to the Maya, 4095. So, it's kind of like they all just do it, pop out on their own real simply and really easily without any fudging or pushing or making it fit. Just kind of there. Just kind of did it. I'm like, all right.
What's kind of mind-blowing to me is that you found a relationship between a guitar string and the solar system.
Yeah.
I always knew it was there.
kind of gets to the root of what we're talking about here, doesn't it? About creation.
Yeah. Yes, guys. Yes. Yeah. And like, there's a guy I've been watching only recently, a Greek fella, and he does some great videos breaking down all the Greek, ancient Greek stuff, all the philosophy and all that, Plato and everyone. And he used the word anunki recently. I think it's Anneke, anunki. I only just learned it recently. And it basically means necessity, like the octave. I'm a real broken record about the octave. I'm sure I'm annoying everyone on the Discord because they're like, he always says that. But it's because it can't be messed with by man. It just is what it is. And so, like you've just mentioned there, that creation, the name of the video is Anunki, and it's I think the subtitle is like even the gods obey this because it can't be broken. Like a god can't come along and pick up the guitar and the octaves all of a sudden at fret 3. You know what I mean? It's just, if we went to another planet and said, hey guys, let's have a jam, right? When we pick up our instruments, they're going to be hitting the very center of the string and it's an octave. It doesn't matter what we do about this. This is universe on every, it doesn't matter where we go. If we're jamming with Zeus, he's also bound by the, right? He's bound by this law.
Right.
And so, yes, like man's a measure of all things because like I'm not even a Christian or I'm not a, I have been in my past, but it matters not. And this is kind of what I've said before as well with Ryan and Melissa one time, that I don't do this because I like numbers or I want to be clever. I do this, it sounds silly, but what inspired it all was kind of this, well, you guys are living in England right now and it's pretty chaotic with what's going on over there. And in Ireland and it's all over the world, but it's all this Abrahamic stuff and all the Abrahamics blew in with each other. And I realized very long ago, like Göbekli Tepe or Nabta Playa in Egypt, long before they built the pyramids, they had Nabta Playa and they set up standing stones, just like Stonehenge. And they were looking and their astronomy was insane. Also, I could send a video to anyone that's interested. Just write to me on my YouTube channel and I'll send it to you. It's epic. But they were doing such incredible astronomy. And all these calculations and observations they were doing inspired, along with arithmetic and harmony, like they're all realizing, well, this is a big universal system that's one. It's a whole. Astronomy is not acting separate from harmony. Harmony and astronomy are the same thing because the laws that govern these things can't be fucked with. Right? They are what they are for the physics of it, the physics reason, the unchanging thing. So, yeah, but getting back to the Abrahamics, they're all blue, but if they all kind of understood we could sit down together, all our ancestors that were sitting out in the desert watching the stars, they wrote insanely beautiful stories about the stars, all these, and they became the Bible. They became the Quran. They became the Torah and all that. They became these things. But the original point of origin was this quadrivium stuff. It was observation, and they didn't have, say, written language. Even the Celts and the Vikings, and they didn't do written stuff. It was all verbal. It was in song. So if you wanted to traverse across the sea, you would learn the song. That's what you would do. And actually even Alzheimer's patients, you start singing them a song from their old, life, and their memory comes back for 20 minutes and they can remember your name and their whole life, not for long. It fades again, but that's incredible. So there's something amazing about song and poetry and the way that we remember.
Yeah, melody. said it a million times, haven't I? When you
Mhm.
teach the kids the alphabet, they
Mhm.
give the letters to the melody of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, A B C D E F G, because it somehow it programs us somehow. It makes it stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something
Absolutely.
special about melodies.
Absolutely. I mean, even written language was an abomination unto the gods, according to the Celts. It was an abomination, right? And the Romans came along and started writing down everything and making it law. And if you're not in the book, then you can't own land. And they were laughing at each other. They were like, "What the? These Romans are nutcases," and they're breaking all the original laws of like you don't write anything down. That's why initiations and rite of passage with young men and stuff, or with young women, all these rites of passage things were so important because you had to earn each level to get sort of like the Freemasons now, isn't it? You know, they got to go through the levels or whatever. But it was originally, yeah, even outside tribes, you didn't want them knowing some certain knowledge, and you know they might be nefarious buggers. You know, they might not be your friend, but all these things were understood. And if all the Abrahamics and all the different places in the world knew that this is the origins of all your books, it all came from simple observation, noticing, and then making a story and characters and Zeus's and whatever you like. And it's now become kind of madness, utter madness. So yeah, well, I'll leave that now, but it's kind of that's why it's inspired me. That's what's inspired all these bloody numbers and why I do any of it. You know, it's kind of like, what's the origins of all these things? Surely there was some sanity in the original, the early days, and I keep saying it, but the octave kind of set me off. You know, I was like, there's things that we can all observe together that no one can squabble about.
Yeah, well, we're famous for pattern recognition, aren't we, us creatures? And you can't deny these patterns. These recurring octaves, you know, an octave recurs, and the intervals on the fretboard, and the way they interact, the way songs are constructed in a meaningful way. It's like putting it into practice. It's putting the vibrations of the string, because vibrations is what I'm into, into practice to create something that's meaningful.
I mean, the Indians over in India, I mean, you've guys seen their temples, you know, whether it's Kailasi Temple or so many over there. And they're just mental, those things, all the carvings. It's just what the heck? Nobody knows how they did all that. But when you go inside, you know, they've measured even in Malta too. So many, I think even Stonehenge, they've done the sonic tests in there, and they've got like they resonate at certain frequencies, like incredibly, strongly in different notes or whatever different. I think the King's Chamber was 117, but I don't know, can't remember. But and then they've all got different basically harmonic frequencies, you know. So they understood their knowledge wasn't just let's lift a few rocks and carve a few Buddhas. They were putting the whole lot together. The astronomy, we see that they're lined up to the solstices. Yes, they're doing even the one in Mexico, not Mexico. It's Teotihuacan. Well, I can never say it. Anyway, it's one of the.
Teotihuacan.
Yes, thank you. I can never say that. Got all the Pyramid of the Sun, the Moon, and the big long causeway, and they did a study there years ago, and it was found to be aligned up to the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction.
Wow!
Like the one in 7 BC. Like so, because it was a triple conjunction, which is really rare. And again, Nabta in Egypt, the video I was talking about before, their calendar started on one of those, and then all the rulers, all of their different pharaohs and all that, the ones that ruled on a triple conjunction, they made a big hullabaloo about that particular guy.
No
he was
shit.
blessed because, oh yeah.
Big triple conjunction in 7 BC. I wonder who could have been following that massive ball in the sky from the east.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. We know who we're talking about, Big JC. So Yeah, so that, and again, and this is over in South America, right? So it's not JC land, but they're making a big hullabaloo. I mean, if you have a look at that site, it's got more than three pyramids. It's got six, I think. They got same as Egypt because they got three little ones, the little satellite pyramids. And the study that they did was so cool. They've got the first conjunction happened on whatever date it was, and they've got the little satellite pyramid, the baby ones. They've got it lined up to where the moon is that night. So the moon at whatever, I think it's midnight or whatever it is, the moon hits that, and there's Saturn and Jupiter conjunct right there. Bang. And then the second time it happens is about 3 months later. You get another conjunction. That's why it's a triple. You get 3 conjunctions of Saturn and Jupiter in 7 months. Right? That's what you get. So and then the next one that happened, they had again lined up, and then the little satellite pyramids right where the moon is. So, I mean, the amount of insane effort they move like millions of metric tons of stone, millions, and then they've got this causeway that's like more than half a mile long, and it's freaking. Who are these dudes, man? They're so crazy, but it was obviously a big deal to them, eh? Like you wouldn't do. How do you even get people motivated to get off their ass and do this stuff? I've got no idea. Like, hey, let's go and build this stuff just to emulate those 3 moving things in the sky. Mind boggles. The triple conjunction is a big deal all over the world, and Saturn and Jupiter triple conjunction is really it is the master of all the conjunctions. He is it is the most significant, the most important, the most rare as well. And you get a conjunction every 20. I'll just chuck this in for some fun for everyone in the audience. But basically, what happened in 2020?
December the 23rd, the winter solstice.
21st,
there was a
21st. Yep.
Conjunction.
Yes.
The lockdown Christmas.
The lockdown Christmas.
Yeah.
And what happened in 1941? Right, we got world wars and stuff breaking out. We've got another conjunction. Now the elites, whatever, doesn't matter. But all those types, they know this is what they know. And even the ziggurats in Samaria, they would destroy and build on top of again. They just deliberately destroy these things and then build on top. And there's layers and layers on top of new construction. And they seem to have done it every time there was at least a triple conjunction, not every 20 years, but this cycle of the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter seemed to be a big deal going back 6,000 years.
When's the next triple?
The next triple is in 2238, so we'll be long dead.
Right, yeah. I'll put it in the diary.
Hey, we'll be downloading our consciousness into Elon Musk's servers before then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Join the space gods.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dane,
anyway, yeah.
You've not. I was really excited about you writing some stuff on your whiteboard tonight. You've not written anything.
Yeah.
No.
Let's get into it. I'll do a bit now. And
can you do a crude sketch, please?
I can do lots of them. I'll rub out that now. We've done the Maya thing, but I'll keep it real simple because numbers are a bit, numbers can be bloody boring and crazy, but I don't do any crazy numbers really. Like I said, I'm a bit of a bushman, caveman. So let's stick to the Fibonacci sequence for a sec, because it's so easy, just 1 and then 1 and then 2 and then 3. It's so hard.
You just add the last 2 numbers together. That's how it's derived, is it?
Exactly. 8, 13, 21, 34. What's the next one? 55. Big deal. Here's the 10th. Keep that in mind. Here's the 10th Fibonacci number, number 55. And it adds to 10. Kind of cool.
Nice.
The next one is 89. And one after that is the 12th Fibonacci number. And what is it, boys? 144. 144. Yeah, we'll stop there now because that'll do. And what happens when so the base of the Great Pyramid, what do they just pick any old number? Let's just make it whatever. Who gives a shit? No, it seems pretty deliberate, right? but they've got 3,024 feet. Now you're going to have all these bullfeds like Ralph Ellis and that going, "Oh, I didn't have feet back then, mate." But
I'm pretty sure the Egyptians had feet.
How did they walk around?
How did they walk around? Yeah. And we know that the foot is derived from the length of a foot. Mm.
They were walking on their hands and dragging their willies through the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a cubit's the size of, my willy. I don't know.
Wow.
But, yeah, it'd be pretty. It'd be bloody. You'd have to use a microscope to find it. And so 3,024 now. All right, okay, and that's right. When we've got the meters too, right? The 9216, right?
What's that? Sorry,
that's D.
What's 9216?
9216. Yeah, and that's the D note, right? That's part of the D. 144, 288, 576. You get down to this, it's another D note.
D. Sorry, Dane. Where did 9216 come from? I missed that.
They're both the pyramid base, right? So that's in feet.
Oh, right. Got yeah. I got that.
Feet, and this one's in meters, or centimeters, You can add a 0 on the end for centimeters. I think it's 0.6.
Right.
0.6. But kind of weird that it's part of these harmonic series, that, in meters. And Tetlow and all the boys would be like, no. But it's kind of weird, don't you reckon, Tetlow? Don't you reckon it's kind of weird? I reckon it's weird that's just part of the harmonic series, and there it is, and that's the base, kind of an important measure is the perimeter base of the pyramid. And then we've got the height. There's a whole different way of doing the height. Ralph Ellis and myself, and they always carry on like they're the first ones to find it, but they're not. There's a heap of people been saying it for ages. Ralphie is basically you just divide either of those, or even the cubits. So 1760. That's in cubits. So it's all the perimeter base. Right. These three numbers.
Okay.
Right. All of them are the pyramid base all the way around.
Got you. So
if we divide any of those, right, by pi, I think it's 2 pi, which is 6.285 or something. 22/7. I know that one. No craziness. People say it's an infinite number. No, it isn't. It is on your calculator, but I've measured a circle. Or I've bloody measured it. I put a little mark where I started. Yeah. I mean, everyone carries on so hard, but like it's more about applied. You've got these like pure mathematicians. They call it pure math. And then you've got applied math, and it's so different. Like,
yeah, because you can zoom into the atomic, subatomic level. You can't define the length of a piece of string exactly, but that's obscurum ridiculum or whatever the Latin phrase.
It really is. It really is.
When you're building a fucking massive pyramid, you need to be able to measure a length of piece of string. So you say, well, that measure is good enough.
Thanks, Phil. Yes. Because this is the case, people. I mean, honestly, the amount of hoo-ha that goes on with this crap is so annoying. It just gets annoying. Because, like, what are these guys? We've got to keep remembering. Like, and I'm going to say this to David and Melissa and that too. Like, I'm at odds with them a bit on this stuff. Is that, like, I understand what they're trying to do. They've got, like, pure math ideas. It's more like kind of metaphysical, bloody philosophical math, really. It's not really applied math. And we're talking about pyramids, or we're talking about a guitar, or we're talking about physical things.
Yeah.
You have to do any of this stuff. They're applying it. So like a number that goes on for infinitely doesn't exist. No. It's not just like that we can't understand it because we're on a tiny little body and a little planet. It just isn't a thing. Okay, like infinite numbers, they call them irrational numbers. But they also call them real numbers, which is so weird that they call them real numbers because they're just fucking not real. But I'm like, that annoys the shit out of me, that one. I'm like, real numbers? Had me confused for a while. But there's a guy in Australia, I think he's from overseas, but he's been teaching here at the New South Wales University for decades. And he's the dude, he's like my new guru, really. He's the guy who cracked the Plimpton 322 tablet in Samaria. So the Sumerian ancient thousands-year-old tablet, it's a tablet about measures and, getting the area of stuff. Like, it's amazing. David's really good with this. and they cracked it anyway. Him and this other guy, Dan Mansfield, and they should be like world famous for doing it. And it's cottoning on slowly, but the academic world needs to catch up because it has been put on telly a bit. They're kind of, they are known for this, the boys. Norman Wildberger is his name. Now, Norman, bless his soul, he's like a professional mathematician. He teaches at uni, and he's he's been doing YouTube since like the beginning of YouTube as well. It goes back like 17, 18 years.
Wow.
Amazing. And he's so the humility of this dude, because his math knowledge is through, he could work at NASA, he's genius. But he starts with like the most simple, basic stuff. And you think the patience this guy must have. But he's talking about these real numbers. He's talking about pi. He talks about the square root of 2. He says not only does like the square root of 2, it's irrational. He goes, we can't even say that it's irrational. He says there is no number that squares that equals 2. You know what I mean? There's no number that you can find that square it and it's 2. He goes, so like it's not even irrational. It doesn't exist. Like, shut up. Like, and coming from him, I'm like, dude, like this guy's fully the pro. He's been doing all this stuff, even the Sumerian. He's got it fully covered. He's incredible. And he's telling us, like, the square root of all these numbers, you're just talking shit. So when basically a square, right? They'll all say, but the diagonal of a square, it doesn't work out. Look, I measured it. You just get your ruler out, measure it. Yeah. And it's 1.14. What is it? 1.414. You know what I mean? It's just 1414. And you can't see any more than that. I mean, I've got a ruler here that's kind of a really professional ruler for, I think, architects and stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but like when you look at a millimeter, it's pretty small. And then on here, it's got half of a millimeter. Dude, right. I'm telling you, it's pretty hard to see this stuff.
Yeah.
So like, just shut the F up, would you? I'm serious. This is so annoying. I mean, because like, yeah, there's so much debate about this stuff. It sort of gets really silly. But anyway, I measured it and it's 1414. Righto. And that's the kind of the square root of 2. That's the applied version. Otherwise, it's just esoteric nonsense. Yeah. So anyway, we'll get back to the base, the pyramid base, and we got the feet, we got the meters, we got the cubits, and I've realised it's pretty simple to sort of like unify them. Like, what's really going on with these things? So we've got even 7. The way that I first found it, and there's a million, like I said, there's a million ways to do it. But let's just start with 7 days in the week, because we've got, the quadrivium, remember? You've got astronomy, harmony, arithmetic, and geometry, and they're all one thing. It's called the quadrivium, but we call it the trivium. No, we call it the onedium. I don't know. It's just one. So it's let's go 7 days in the week. Well, it's got 10,080. So 10080. That's 7 days. It's 1,440 minutes in a day. So let's just go 1880. The first time I ever saw this, I was like, oh, hang on, we're onto something. You can do it a million ways, and people say later, but this one way. And I just use C, right? I'll show up C. The C column is just the first column. It's all doubles. 2, 8, 4, 16, 32. And we get to 256. And I think it's the ninth. It's the ninth C. Right?
Ninth C, yeah.
So we divide that by the ninth C. And in Egypt too, the way that they did their math, like double division and times, they used this mad doubling thing. Have you guys ever seen that?
No, I was just wondering if the Egyptians knew we would have 256k modems in the 2000s.
Oh, exactly, yeah. And 1080, like, 1080, for your visual things.
Yeah, your TV, yeah.
Yeah. So 256, we divide that anyway, and we get like the 39.375. And that's according to Mouse and MAUSS. Melissa's got it on her website and stuff a lot. But basically, there's the guys like Petrie and that measured Egypt. They were finding this meter business, but the meter was 39.375. Again, that sums to 9.
Yeah.
Right, that's another 9. So it's as long as it's 9, it's always fine. So we get this, I'm like, okay then. But there's another way, 630, which is my string length, and you divide it by 16, which is again just another C, just a little bit further up. It's the 5th C. And you get the 39375. Right? So just shrink it a bit. And it's the same, right? 39375. And that's a meter, right, in inches. So what was I going to say? Oh, that's right. Then 256. We just times that by pi. Oh, sorry, 2 pi. So 6.28, 44 over 7. Forgive me, which is the same as 22 over 7. But it's just because when we draw a circle, we don't draw it with the diameter, do we? Like you don't grab the diameter and do that. You've got your radius. You've got your little set of compasses.
Right. Yeah.
You don't start with the diameter. You start with the radius.
Right. The
It's the
diameter
only
is
way to draw a
derived.
circle.
It's
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but using the thing, you have to just do it with a radius. That's how you draw a circle. So I like that one better because it's one of those practical things. It's one of those things you've got to do. So we times 256 by 6.285. 6.285, right? That's 2 pi. And you get 1.1609142. Now that's kilometers. In 1 mile, right, you've got 1.609. Who gives a shit after that? 1609 kilometers, right? So here we've got, meters in inches, and we've got, again, you times it by pi, you've got this whole kilometers and miles, Bizzo. They're starting to relate to each other already, It's pretty basic, straightforward. So I'll just rub this out here and we'll go.
You need a
This
bigger
one is a
whiteboard,
mind
Dan.
blower.
Yeah.
Hey?
You need a bigger whiteboard.
I did have one that's down the coast a bit, yeah. Anyway, so now that's the other thing. We'll go 1/16 of this is 576. Now I was watching good old Howard Crowhurst.
Oh, yes.
This one I love. I love this one. This one gives me hard. I love this one. Right now, again, we got D. Big, and like Ryan likes to say, because he's a bit of a horny bugger. He goes, "Oh, the big D's are back. The big D's." So we love the big D, and the D column really is kind of everything. It's it's obviously time 144 or 1440 minutes in a day, so it's cool. I was watching Howard Crowhurst, and he said right near the end of one of his videos, he was doing megalithic yards, which again, megalithic yards is just E down here, and it's in centimeters, which they all, oh no. Now what's the chances of that, Tetlow, and all these metrology boys? Come on, boys, calm down. Right now, come on. What are the odds of a megalithic yard being on the harmonic series? Come on.
In inches.
And that's in centimeters,
in
right?
Centimeters, right? So again,
centimeters 0.82944, right? Is a meter. What is
a
it?
megalithic yard in centimeters, in meters. Fuck me.
Yep. So, and what are the odds that it's on that bloody chart? It's like it could be any bloody number, but there it is. So I was watching his video, and he measured from the pyramid down to the equator, and he got this measurement, and I wrote it down. Right, I was just okay, cool, and I'm studying this stuff, so I thought, oh, it's probably an important one. Put it down. Later on that day, I was doing something with my name, which kind of is no other here nor there, but it turned out it was the same number. I thought, I've seen that number today. And it was the very same day. I went back, looked at my notes, there it was. So 576 is a D, okay? It's part of the D column, but it's 24 squared. And how many frets have we got? We've got 24. And how many hours in a day? We got 24. And dodecahedron, 24. So it's 24 squared, 576. What happens when we square that? We get 3,31776. That's the distance from the pyramid.
That's like
the distance.
That's Freemasons declaring independence. The 33rd degree in 1776.
Yep. And yeah, yeah, no, it's sort of that's kind of maybe what inspires these buggers. I don't know, but yeah, look, think about it though. It's crazy. That's the distance from the big, as Ralph Ellis likes to call it. Then he denied that he ever said it. I screenshotted this stuff, Ralph. You can't get out of it, buddy. Listen, because he said it was a big penis. He goes, it's just a big penis, mate. And then later on, when I called him up on it, he goes, I never said that. I said, I screenshotted it, bullfed. So it's a big penis in the desert and all the way down to the equator. That's the distance.
Wow.
It's 576 squared, which is in meters. In meters. So, right? And again, it's part of our harmonic series. So, what are you going to do about it? And then, so anyway, let's take the 576 because it's part of our perimeter base. We got 9216 that goes all the way around the pyramid. But let's take 1/16 of both of them, of both the feet and the meters. Well, 1/16 of that is 576. We'll get rid of the square. And we've got 189. So it's 1/16 of the feet. All right. So let's times those together, just for shits and giggles. And we get 108,864. 108,864. Now that's the distance from the pyramid to the equator in feet. You just times it by 100. You add two zeros. Well, it's just scale. It's only the scale difference. But that's the measure. So that's meters, metric. That's imperial. You just times these together, and you get the feet all the way there. And, I mean, come on, people.
I mean, those are two harmonic numbers, 108 and 864. And if you sum the numbers there, 18864, obviously it divides perfectly into 9.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Always. So metric and imperial are sort of hanging out together at the pyramid, and they're doing this 576 squared is distance from the pyramid to the equator in meters. Then times it by the imperial, that's a 16th of the whole length. That's a 16th of the whole length. And you add them, times them together, boom, you got the feet the whole way there. Now, I'll just quickly do another thing because David Kenworthy has been, he knows about this, and so does Melissa. They've been doing it for years, like a lot longer than me. I saw a thing the other day on Melissa's, goes back like 2002, and early. I was like, whoa, she's been at this a long time. And they're familiar with this one. So if we want to find how many miles that is, right, to the miles from the pyramid to the equator, we just divide it by 528. 5280, that's feet. And that's how many miles of feet there are in a mile.
Right, yeah.
So anyway, we get 2061.1, 0.8181, blah, 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 right? So that's in miles, 2061.8, that'll do, right? But that's what it is. And what am I going to forget now, aren't I? That's the miles. And where have I got it written down? God damn it. It's here somewhere. Is it there? Yes.
So that's miles from the Great Pyramid to the equator.
Yeah. Yes. And then, then here's the other one. The other one is around the whole base of the Great Pyramid. It's got inches. Let's do the inches. It's 36288 is inches around the whole base of the pyramid.
Yeah.
And let's divide that by the 1760, which they say is a cubits around it, right? And that ends up being, again, 20161818, blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
So, yeah, we've got this correlation here with, it just keeps, it's like the snake eating its own tail. You can find it in miles, you find it in these inches or cubits. It just keeps kind of self-referencing all the time. And without any nudging and fudging and pushing and prodding and this divided by this. And honestly, some of the stuff that they're doing on the Discord group, I don't know what it relates to. Like, if it doesn't relate to music, astronomy, or whatever, I'm just got no idea why he would use it.
Right.
It might work, sure. I can see that it does reconcile things, but I just can't see this. Yeah, I can't see the reason for it really.
Have you tried looking for measurements between the pyramid and the pole, the North Pole, or the South Pole?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
And again, that's insane as well. Yeah, I've got it right here. Again, it's all music. And that's what, like if we're talking about kind of a creator, a divine creator or something, like this is kind of, it's again like that Ananke video I was talking about. It's this, God can't break the rules. You can't break the laws, not even any God on any dimension. These are the rules, people. And 648 is a G note. Almost spells God, this one too. Anyway, 648 is an E note. No, a G. And 3, is it plus? Yeah, plus 384, which is a E note. That's E. Is that what I'm doing here? Yeah. Hang on. No, I've got a better version. Yeah, I've got a better version of that. That's right. Times. It's times. Times. It's not plus. Times. And then you get the polar circumference. You literally get the polar circumference.
Wow.
248,832. So that equals, that's the polar circumference there, 248,832. It's the whole polar circumference. And you've just used G and E. And again, because this whole harmonic series is like, you can kind of pick a bunch of numbers from this and you get these things. It's like this thing, it's in India, South America, Egypt, it's all over the bloody planet. They give a shit. There's 216 faces at Angkor Wat. Big faces, big Buddha-like faces. And there's 216 of them, and then you've got 108 Buddhas, and you've got, they keep crapping on about these numbers.
Is that polar circumference or polar diameter?
Yeah. No, polar circumference, I think that one is. Yeah, right. It's the circumference. Yeah,
I'm wondering if, because, we don't live on a perfect sphere. We bulge at the equator. So I'm wondering if equatorial, but I know you've already shown that there are equatorial relationships to the pyramid.
They've taken into account the bulge.
Oh, that's what fucks my brain. It's like we don't live, Plato talks about the world of forms, like the perfect realm where there is the perfect tree, the perfect table, the ideal. And we don't live in the ideal world. We live in the real world where the Earth isn't a perfect sphere. It's bulging a bit. It's put on a bit of weight.
It's not pure math.
The moon's acting like a flywheel on our bulge and making us...
Is that what's happening?
That's what's happening to me. Especially the last 6 months. I'm drinking a bit too much, but you know what I mean? So... Yeah. I can't believe that they've taken that into account.
It's wild.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, the harmonic series is just tripling and doubling one. It's not kind of some crazy music scale or something. It's just one. Just double it, triple it. You get all these numbers. It's just like organic. That's what I like about it. And I think that's what they liked about it, is it's just organic.
You can find it, can't you? That's the thing. Sorry.
It's the easiest to find.
Yeah, you can find it anywhere, can't you? It points towards there being some kind of pattern, doesn't it, essentially, between all things, by the sounds of it, us and the universe, essentially.
Do you reckon the purpose of some of these megalithic structures and things are to act as a record of these measurements? Only to act as a record of these measurements, not for some religious
Ben, we've been talking about
or...
this for 8 years on this podcast. The first podcast was about that.
This is the first one I've listened to.
Oh, right, okay.
Matt's onto it. Like, that's what I think too. It's like a love letter. It's like a, even though I was a bit disappointed to hear Graham Hancock say that the other day, because I think he's a bullfed, but, yes, I think it's a love letter. And it's like, again, just to preserve, it's a preservation thing. And again, it's kind of like it can end all war. I mean, it's ridiculous sounding, but it's not ridiculous. The Great Pyramid could end all wars. or any of the structure, it doesn't matter, but just pick one. But that it can definitely end a war, because when you know this and what inspired these people to build such a ridiculous monument, this is what inspired it. And they understood that, yes, that these laws, like okay, Saturn's synodic period, right? I was talking about before, 378.
Yeah.
Like the sun was 1 to 27. Add up all the numbers from 1 to 27. And again, 9, right? But it equals 378. Right? Like just add the 1 to 27, 378. Like there's, and again, the base of the Great Pyramid in feet, 3,024. That's just 8 times Saturn, 378. It's like, and with notes, you got one note all the way up to 7 notes, and the 8th note is back to the beginning.
Back again, yeah.
Right?
The limiting
So
factor.
it's like yeah.
That's what we get.
So
the
we've got the octave. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, the octave of Saturn. He's right there. Sorry, boys, I was cutting in. What were you saying?
No, I was going to say, I think Phil was just saying about it. It completes the cycle. So there was that kind of an incomplete cycle draws you, and that was referencing
the tonic.
The tonic, the tonic scale.
Yeah. So this quadrivium thing is like I say, just laws that govern the universe, and it was kind of obvious, wasn't it, really, to most mind-thinking people, that the Great Pyramid is surely something like that. It's just as above, so below. Here's how it works. This is the mechanics of reality. Get it up, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And what do they say? Time fears the pyramids. Because entropy is sort of like the pyramids are like, F you, I'm just going to be here forever. That's like mental. They're amazing. Obviously, I've always, the love involved in this thing was.
Is it entropy that they use the delta symbol for in equations as well? Is that enthalpy?
Yeah. You're looking at me like I would know that.
No, sorry.
Maths. Not any maths.
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll go back to. Sorry,
No. Carry on, Dane. Carry on, please.
Yeah, it's just simple stuff. I don't want to go crazy with numbers because people, it's not that much fun, but I'll just keep it simple. So the 10th Fibonacci is 55 and the 12th Fibonacci was 144. Right, 12th fib there. And when you so what inspired them? We've got Randall Carlson too saying, and there's a funny skit on Saturday Night Live. I've posted it on Discord before. It is really funny. But like they're sitting around like the first fleet, the people that got to America, and they're sitting there coming up with the mile and all that. And it's a funny skit. And he goes, how many, whatever's in a foot? And he goes, 5,028. And they go, why? And he goes, no bloody reason. And they just, because it's so weird, like no one knows why did they come up, and why is there 63,360 inches in a freaking where did it come from? So it's pretty easy, really. What inspired it? Like where did it come from? What inspired such a thing? Anyway, all these things are just basic laws. Like we've just added 1 to 2. It's anyone can do it. A baby can do it. So we got 10 and 6 10s of 60, or 5 12s of 60, and we like 60 because it's so divisible. Right, more divisible than a 10, right? It's pretty much why they chose these things, because they were nice and friendly.
Yeah.
And let's times 55, which is the 10th one, and times that by 144, and we get 7,920. Now, that's the equatorial diameter of the planet in miles, right? Now, what? What? So, I'm sure people know this. There's some out there that do, and I've showed it to, say, the Discord crew and that, and no one really gets horny, but I get way horny. I'm kind of like, why is no one else just like, no, this is epic, bro. This is epic. Like, he's the 10th and he's the 12th. Right? I'm like, all right, that's epic. Maybe that inspired it. And all you've got to do is, I think it's, what do you got to do? Is it times by 8? Right, again, which is like another musical thing, 8. and you've got your 6, 3, 3, 6, 0.
Fuck.
Right?
Is this?
That's inches in a mile. Or you divide by 8, I think there, and you get, your 5, 2, 8, 0. There's lots of ways to derive those numbers. But these are just some simple, basic ones. Because there are a couple, and they all apply. They all kind of come out of this. They come out of this. Like I've got them written down here, guys. But like where you can just grab like the Great Pyramid's slope angles on here, 51.84. That's in degrees. That's a slope angle. It's another one of these, And even the precession that you were talking about before, Phil, that's E, 2592.
Right.
At a 0. It's just E. So all these things are on here, but you can grab a bunch of these and you can come up with 7290. There's only like 3 or 4, and there's a whole different, way you can pick a whole different. I've got them all written down, just how many variations there are, but you can get this 7290. There's no reason why that should be the case.
I'm trying to rationalize it, Dane. Right now,
Yeah.
I'm about 3 beers in, and I'm trying to rationalize this now. So you're taking two Fibonacci numbers, the 10th and the 12th. The Fibonacci numbers describe how things grow on this planet, right? Fundamentally.
Yep.
And you found a relationship between that and the equatorial circumference. So I'm thinking immediately, well, it's gravity. Gravity is the unifier. The gravity of the Earth dictates the rate at things grow. And then I'm thinking, well, no, because gravity has nothing to do with circumference, man. It's just because we have an iron core that our circumference gives us the gravity that we have. A gas giant has a completely different makeup. Gravity can't play a relationship. I just can't rationalize what you're fucking telling me, man.
I know.
I'm freaking out.
I know. Well, it's sort of like I'm looking at what the question to myself, to look into this stuff was what inspired such a number, or why is it? Because we could have made it anything, it could be any bloody number, but it isn't, is it? It's this in miles and in kilometers, it's 12,750. I think 4 or 6, and that's 2. Really, is kind of. Because what you do is you times it by the 1609, which I showed you before, you got from the time and pi. It's easy stuff. It's really simple. So you just times it by that and you get this number. Now, I realised on the fretboard, which is, again, crazy, they're all together. That's why I'm saying to these metrology legends that are still breathing, there's other ones that are dead now, like John Michelle and that are dead now. But the breathing buggers, oi, just calm your farm about this metric stuff. It's not, forget Napoleon and all the crap. Get over your trauma. There's it doesn't matter which one you pick. So if I pick the A note, right, it's on 5th fret. 5th fret's A. Yep. The measurement from the nut, I think, is 472, and the note that you play there is A, and the A starts with 27. 27. It's played on the 5th fret, right? So if I times the 5th fret and its distance measurement by this 27, you get 12. You get the metric for the equatorial diameter. What? Mental. Mental. That shouldn't be the case, but it is.
It just is.
So it is just, but it is. So we'll get rid of the metric before someone has an aneurysm. But so we've got this Fibonacci nice and easy, the 10th and the 12th, and we've got this 7920 miles. All right, cool. Now the next bit was you can also the Great Pyramid. What is the pyramid telling us about the Earth and mechanics of the reality? Yeah, it is. So it's 3024. Now 89 is the next number after the 55. So it's the 11th fib. All right, the 11th fib is 89. Okay. Now you go 89 squared, and it's 3025. And I'm like, ooh, that's pretty much the Great Pyramid, but it's just 1 foot off, right? But what you do to reconcile these things, which is really, again, you're not pushing, fudging, nudging. All you do, because we're going to hang out with our nice harmonic series stuff with our 144. He's our friend. 21 times 144 equals 3,024 feet. Right, 3,024. So we've got 89 was, 89 squared was just 3,025, nice and close. So we're just hanging out with Fibonacci here. We've got equatorial diameter. We've got the pyramid base. Now, that's the other thing, boys, I should just quickly chuck in here. All these widths, the width of each fret, right? If you divide the width of each fret into the pyramid base here in feet, you literally get the note. This is like mind effing.
As in, no, as in frequency.
You get, this is, I've showed Ryan that, and Ryan was like, no, what? Yes, way, right? So we go like, okay, I like the D notes are my favourite, so we'll go with D. The D notes are played on the 10th fret. That's the first octave, D. And the 22nd fret is the other D. And the 10th fret is 21 millimeters width. And if you made it a foot long, so 630 feet is your string length, right? Because people carry on about, oh, but it's in metric. Just use feet.
Yeah.
So 630 foot long string length. The 10th fret on that gigantic guitar would be 21 feet in width of that fret. Okay. All right. Just to keep it concise for people. And if we divide the 21st fret into the Great Pyramid base, we literally get 144, which is the note on the 10th fret. That's the frequency you play on that fret. The frequency you play on the 22nd fret, which is the next D, is 288 hertz, right? And if you divide the width of that fret is 10.5. You divide that into the pyramid base, you get 288. So that's like, it's giving you the notes. The pyramid base is like a big long guitar string. And if you divide...
We need to explain this. People who aren't guitar players are falling behind here. So when we're talking about the frequency of a note, that's when you hit a note, and it's when you hit a note on a guitar, the string vibrates. And it's a waveform. So a waveform has a frequency. So the frequency you're describing is waves per second, 288 waves per second. Hertz. That's the hertz. And
so
if you can actually see it, can't you? If you have a thick enough string, you can see the string vibrating up and down.
Yeah, you can. And they've measured these things again, like they're using time and metric and all that. But there's another guy too that Ryan's familiar with on YouTube. He's gone now. He's not been around for a long time, but his videos, Sacred Geometry Decoded. His name's Alan, I think. And his videos are amazing. He shows you the pendulum thing in Egypt where you drop it 1 meter and that's 1 second.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. It gets sort of overlooked, but it shouldn't, you know. No wonder he disappeared, because I think he sort of got jack of it, you know.
Yeah, probably just went mental, man. I mean, you just got mental looking at this shit.
Well, he went mental, I think, just from sort of the arguments and stuff and the silliness that people argue about, because it kind of gets, they argue about nothing really trivial stuff, and it can wear you down. But so yeah, that's kind of amazing that no matter what fret you pick, any width divided into the pyramid base, and you get the note. That very note that you're after.
It's mental.
That's spastic. So again, I know. Oh, trust me. I love this stuff, but I'm kind of like I'm nearly done with my metrology career, because it's sort of, I don't know. I've had a lot of fun and it's been cool, and basically it's just proven to me that like there is a loving. It's creation. It's not like a big bang, whoopsie daisy, you know. There's obviously laws.
Well, Dane, you can dispel a problem I have then.
Yeah.
Because for me, there's two possible implications. Either, like you said, there's a creator, there's a method in the madness, or it's still a creator, but it's a simulation. That these things work in sort of technological terms, you know, the way a computer is designed. We already talked about 256K modem, 1080p monitors. That it's almost more like the Matrix. So is it a creation where we have free will, or is it a Matrix where we're eternally trapped?
Well, yeah. Well, for me, I'm a freaking Neanderthal. I'm a caveman, bro. But I've been doing this since I was a kid. Like I've been saying on to Ryan and Melissa and those guys, tough crowd. If you are a creator, or I don't see as a one God thing. I don't visualize that sort of stuff. But when I've done this since I was a kid, when you're old enough to realize that you're you're something different to mum and dad. And I've just done this, and I'm like, far out. Look at this thing, man. That's insane. Now, I know that sounds silly to most people, and it is silly, and I am silly. But I look at the eyeball, and I'm just like, get fucked. Get fucked off. So mental. Like, tough crowd. Like, people are just not impressed. Like, how can you not be impressed? Look at this thing. Like, I go for a surf and I pull in as a dolphin, just jumps out of the wave. I'm like, I've got a hard on. So this is epic. This is so epic. I don't. If it's a simulation, like, far out. It's pretty horny. I'm into it. It's amazing. Like, this thing is just epic. I cut myself. It just sorts it out. Just get real. But yeah, which I just love it. I just, yeah. I really, the question you feel there, I've really been enjoying this Greek guy because so many people, even Seven and a bunch, in that Arm and Hillman, they're whatever they are. But this guy's
troll.
Yeah, but this bloke that I'm talking about is really worth watching because the way that he goes into the Greeky stuff and what these words and all that mean, it's not very involved really, but they really did have their shit together, the Greeks. I was kind of shitting on them for a while, thinking, they just kind of they got all the Egyptian stuff and they were just kind of guessing. They made up some stuff and I don't know, I didn't get it, but now I kind of realize how much they did get and. Like emergent, like you're saying, simulation, creation, what is it? These guys really had some very sane perspectives. And it really does, this really does help tie everything together and stop the, that kind of, the Jesus in the boat getting tossed around, the boys getting, and he just says calm and it just sees go calm. It really kind of is very calming to kind of, again with the octave, I kind of keep coming back to it, but that anunki, it's necessity, and like we don't have 50 digits on our hands, or there kind of is this order. There's order to this, the geometry of it all. Again, the geometry really does help too. It's just that it's so the constructions are sane, they're logical, they're tactile, reasonable. The things that govern these things are just what they are. I'm not saying it very well. He really does, and the Greeks really did. He's sort of saying what that, but yes, that's
Vitruvius.
Their language.
It was in the video, the intro video. The Vitruvian Man. It's the same sort of concept, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the way of that samurai guy, Kobayashi? Once you understand the way of things, you will see it in everything. The samurai philosopher. Once you understand the way, you will see it in all things, sort of thing.
Yeah. And yes, and I'm probably not the best explainer of things, but that's kind of that's why I say my metrology thing is kind of, I'll do a few more videos just to kind of make it succinct, and then I'll probably leave it because it is just like you just said, that saying. That's pretty much what it is, bro. So I'll finish off a little bit there just to kind of tidy up, but cool. Now the 21, and so because we got the 12th, fib, and the 10th fib, that's how many steps. So 10th step is 55. You've just gone 10 steps. Then the 12th step. So I've added those two together. 10 and 12 is 22. And 22 times 144 is 3,168, which is just like a box, a square around the Earth. So if that's the Earth in the middle, you've got the equatorial diameter, you've got 792. Right, 792, all the way around. It's a box, a square drawn around the Earth. basically. So when you add those two together, you know, the feet, and you add that, I believe it was, what is it again? Let me have a look. Sorry, boys. I'll just do it on my calculator. I should remember all this, but there's so many numbers, obviously, I'm thinking about.
I don't know how you keep out half of them in your head, man.
Yeah, I've got.
I mean, I know a lot of them are like recurring. It's like you're seeing the same numbers again, but still.
Yeah, that's right. It equals 6192. Now that's a big deal. It's again a harmonic series, can come up with that. But when you add this to the Great Pyramid, you get your 9216. Like you get your feet. You add it to your feet, 3,024 feet, and you add this here, you get your 9216. So you've come back to your metric again. You've got your metric. You've got your imperial. It's all kind of real simple. Now, that's right. I'll just quickly do this as well because we're still on 55 and 144. When you divide these things, like you were saying before, about phi, you know, the growth rate.
Yeah.
So divide it by 55 and you get phi squared. So 2.618. You know, 1818.
It's the golden ratio, isn't it? Is it?
The golden
mean.
It's usually 1. It's usually 1.618.
Yeah.
But when you just square it, and that's a magical property of phi, you square it and you get 2.618. You know? So they're two away from each other. Like 89 was the one just before 144. So when you divide 144 by 89, you get 1.618. I think it's 1.7 or 19, but you get, you know, that's how we get these Fibonacci's. Not only are adding up one after the other, you know, that one to that one, that one to that one. When you divide them, that's where you get your 1618. You know, the prior one, you know, 89 and 144, or 55 and 21. No, 34. Sorry, 34. Yeah. So you'll get again 1618. That's, you know, and again you see the flowers and the friggin' snow. What do you call it? The sunflower and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you take the Great Pyramid base of 3,024 and you times that, I think it was, by 2.618. And you've got anyway, you get the equatorial diameter, 7920.
Right. Miles.
You know what I mean? That's
Presumably.
fucking mental. Yeah. I mean, I just love all that. It's so simple. You've got growth rate, you've got harmonic numbers, and they're all just shagging each other. That's what they're doing.
You're kind of arguing for geocentrism here, Dane.
Oh, it all works actually. It's funny enough when you look into all that. Both systems they work basically the same, whether it's geocentric or helio. It's the maths kind of. No wonder they navigate with geo. You know, it all works. Yeah.
That's
I'll leave.
fascinating.
You know, probably. Yeah, I don't want to go too crazy with you boys, but that's kind of basically what I was. I think that's everything. Yeah.
That wasn't crazy.
I mean, it's all it's child's play really. I think I will leave it there, but I'll just quickly draw a little thing here. No, we're not going to go into it really, but I just realised only a couple of days ago, like what inspired these buggers to make it that big, and why 7920 for the Earth. You know, they could have picked any number. You could make a foot any length. You could make why this much. So when I looked at the square the other day, and it's just, you know, that diagonal, everyone's like, the square root of 2. I'm like, rack off. I'm just a pain in the ass. I just don't care about the square roots of 2. You know, square root of 9, I think it's 3, isn't it? Anyway, but the ones that work out, you know, I'm into them. I like little clean numbers. So anyway, it's 1 4 1 4. And then, you know, when you get have you ever seen this one where you get your halfway and you get your compass and you go like that?
Right.
And that's where you get your 1618 again. You get your phi, you know, you get your phi.
Your golden
Right,
ratio number.
Yeah, you get your compass, you set that, right?
Yeah.
So you draw this, you set it, and you draw the line out, it goes like that.
Right.
And now you've got, so that was 10.
Yeah.
You've got your 10 by 10 square, right? That's where you got 144, you know, this one up here. And then now you've got 6.1. So now you've got 1.61. And if you had a little bit of a microscopy thing, you could probably see an 8 there, but I can't see the bloody thing. But it's anyway. So when you add all these things up, like that one across there, and you just add them up, you get 3,024. And I'm just like, that's so easy. Well, what inspired the Great Pyramid? This shit.
Wow. Yeah.
It's not,
It's just-
yeah.
It's a 1 unit, just starting off with a 1 unit square, a square of 1 unit.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the unit is.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah. So all I've added there was just to make sure it's clear. Say it was 100 by 100 or 1,000 by 1,000. Even like a mile means 1,000. And like now I'm getting it. But anyway, we went. So yeah, we add this 1440. We add this one here. I think it was because it was 10. It's 16.1. So 16.1, and you get 3 point. It's just scale. It's just a smaller scale. But that's you're getting all this stuff. So you can use your harmonic theory or Fibonacci or a square 10 by 10, and they all just keep doing the same thing. So I think I know what inspired such a crazy monument, and what they were trying to teach us, really, just preserve it in stone forever, and maybe so we can calm down, man. Like the Abrahamic faith thing's crazy. We've lost it. Like, if we go back to like these guys, they're watching the sky. Göbekli Tepe and Nabdapplier. They sat there a long time. Like you have to sit in the same spot. You can't move around all over the earth when you're doing your observations. You've got to sit in the one set up camp for a while. And Nabdapplier, they were there for at least 500, could have been longer, with their standing stones checking the shit out. But yeah, Göbekli Tepe is there for ages.
I mean, if you talk to Hugh Evans, who was stood on the same spot for about 75,000 years.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Maybe
2 cycles to find a pattern. Or
yeah,
3 cycles, rather.
Yeah, I don't think you really need that long. I mean, you can see even after 500, like every 72 years, you get 1 degree of movement. So if you're there for 1,000, 2,000, you're going to see,
you'd be able to extrapolate from there.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you're going around 360. This is like, again, Ralph Ellison. That I'm trying to I don't know. It's not that hard. If you notice 72 years, you're moving a degree. You wouldn't notice 1 degree, but you might notice 10 degrees. And you can kind of, But anyway, 360 degrees at 72 years. Which you have your number, Phil. 25,920. Like Ralph's been going on about but the constellations are different sizes. So like Gemini's this big and this one's bigger and this one's smaller and that. Like, fair enough. Like you don't know when each one starts. Like, are we in the age of Pisces or are we in the age of Aquarius? When does it start? And but nonetheless, every 72 years you move 1 degree. You got to go 360 degrees. It's still that number. Because everyone's like, oh, it could be. Yeah, I think Ralph was saying it's 25,400 something. And then other people say it's some other number. But I'm just like, well, if it's 71 degrees, 72 years, you're going around 360. I mean, that number don't change. Unless we're not going around 360 degrees, we're doing less or more. Or pretty basic math. I'm a caveman, though.
Yeah, people argue about like the size of the Pisces constellation. Well, that can't be 2,116 years. It's like, whoa. Constellations change. They're interpreted by different cultures throughout history. These things are amorphous, but the actual stellar dynamics are pretty much set in stone. That's the rule to go by. And then use your maths and apply it. Yeah.
Again, that Nabdapplier video and a guy that does it, he's like an Egyptologist and proper academic sort of guy. And I'm not appealing to authority because I'm not that sort of dude, really. But it's definitely when you can see on a coffin lid, right? They got this coffin lid, and it's got it's amazing. It's got a woman in the middle, this a priestess lady, and you got all the constellations around her. But you've got the Great Conjunction, right? And as he says, I don't care what you believe about the constellations, the 12 constellations. He goes, but and I've always thought, before I heard him say this, I kind of had this thought, so it was nice to hear. It was a bit of an echo chamber, but I thought, hang on. He says it's just to track the planets. It's just so you know where the planets were on that date. It's just, Mars, Venus, the 5 that we can see with our naked eye.
Mm.
And, you can see the Great Conjunction on her thingy. And there was another Great Conjunction somewhere on another place in Egypt. They call it the Phoenix. He's saying that's what the Ben stone and the Phoenix. He's saying it's the Great Conjunction, especially, and well, it's the triple. It's the triple Great Conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, and they're kind of the king planets and all that stuff. And it's really all over the world, and that's what I think the constellations are for too, just to sort of track the movements of the planets.
Yeah, reference points. You need a reference point.
Yeah.
If the sky was completely black, you wouldn't have a hope in hell. You need a reference point to try and chart things, don't you? Surely.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Yeah. And so that guy who looks like an archer, well, he can be Orion, and we'll use him. That's a good reference point.
Yeah,
everyone can recognise that, can't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I make jokes. I'm like, I see a platypus taking a shit. I see Yeah, because it could be anything, because they're all carrying on, it's a lion, and I'm like, I don't see a lion, I see dots. I don't see a lion. So I just say, I see a platypus. And because the platypus gave the finger to the whole planet, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm a mammal, but I lay eggs, I've got webbed feet, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and poisonous as well.
I think maybe their claws, you don't want to get your claws on you, though. When they cut you, you get infection. Yeah, but I love the platypus. It's such a legend. It's honestly such an Australia, because Australians, I don't know, we're kind of, you guys know about this, you have to put up with this in bloody England, don't you, down the pub? A whole bunch of Aussies acting like dickheads. That's because we are dickheads, but we're funny dickheads, I suppose. Mm. Every word's an F word or whatever. We can't even say a sentence without just, But that's kind of what Australia's like, is that every animal's just like ridiculous. Yeah. It's, they're just a ridiculous place, and we're ridiculous people. And that's why metric is a thing, and all the old fuddy-duddies can, I don't know, have an aneurysm about it. But, yeah.
Well, Dane.
Anyway. Yeah, thanks, boy.
I think we should wrap this up. But it's been fantastic.
Thanks, lads.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Don't stop doing videos, Dane.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I do like it and stuff, but it's sort of I was set out on a mission just to find, is this what inspired them? I suppose, like to make those plans like that shape and.
I think more's going to come out, once people start doing archaeoastronomy on Göbekli Tepe or whatever the next site is, that's waiting to be dug up from the ground, We need people like you who are into this stuff to decode it all. So keep going.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm going to do it for a little while longer. And yeah, it's just it's giving me a lot of peace. I don't know what else to say, really. It is giving me peace. I hope it brings peace to others. I mean, I don't know if it will. It doesn't really resolve things for people, but for me, it really does. I think the octave thing just has me, it's that Ananke necessity thing. And these ancient legends wanted us to know about it. So
Well, I'm glad you're on YouTube telling everyone about it now,
Exactly.
We need people like you. So
yeah, it's nice.
Thanks, lad. Yeah.
Your YouTube channel's in the show notes at Saturn Rooster on YouTube, innit? So you've got a whole back catalogue there that people can gorge on if they're not already subscribed to you. I highly recommend they do. But
they're super short. I keep them really short. Yeah. They're very succinct. But you know why I'm Saturn Rooster? Just lastly,
no.
You know why I'm Saturn Rooster?
No, why?
Because I was born on a triple conjunction.
Fuck me. Oh, God.
I was born
in 7 BC.
Yeah. I am he who they talk about. No. And I was born the triple. 1981 is the last triple. And it's funny how they come. Like, it's a really cool pattern, the Saturn Jupiter thing. I'll just very quickly, very short. The pattern's really cool. You got 1941 is you got a triple. You get a triple there. And then 40 years in the desert, people. Right? 40 years in the desert, you get another triple. And then you've got to wait 297 years for the next one. So, again, this is how they come in pairs, but they come in pairs separated by 40 years. Yeah. So you got 41, 81. Then you've got to go to 2238. And again, it happens again. You'll get it 2238 and then 2278.
70, yeah.
Yeah, 40 years later, and you get another triple. So that's the pattern.
God,
very cool little pattern.
I want to go back in time and look up famous birthdays on those years.
Yeah, there's a list of the pharaohs that were born on triples and all ruled during the triples or something like that. Yeah, but and I'm also year of the rooster, so that's why it's Saturn Rooster.
Saturn Rooster, nice.
Makes it easy to remember at Saturn Rooster on YouTube. Dane, this has been absolutely mind blowing and an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, lad.
They're really good.
Beautiful.
Links are in the show notes. Go and subscribe to Dane's channel now, or join the. I don't have a link for it, but I don't know. How does anyone get into the Jedi Academy on Discord? Do they need an invite?
But I think there's one there. He's worked out how to do a permanent one because usually you had to do refreshing. But yeah, Jedi Academy. Is it DGE? I can't bloody spell.
Right, it's like the Jed Stone, isn't it? The
Jedi.
The Jedi. Yeah, I'll find. I think Matt Apocalypse sorted out a way of setting up a permanent invite, didn't they? So people who are really into this shit, it's the place to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of math people on there, and it's pretty cool. It's definitely been nice to have the other crew doing it with me. Doing it with me and Ryan. Ryan and I were talking about it for ages, and now it's a bunch of us. But Matt Apocalypse channel or Ryan's channel will have it on there.
Right. Okay. Well, Dane, it's been a pleasure. Can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
Go and get some breakfast now.
Yeah. Have a surf.
Yeah, I'm going to surf. I'm going to go for a quick surf on it. Yeah.
All right, mate.
Thanks, dude.
Take care. Enjoy the rest of enjoy your week off.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, we'll do. Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Catch you, boys.
Bye.
Bye.
Right. That was Dane Quirk, Saturn Rooster.
Niels.
We'll have a quick piss break and rattle through some housekeeping.
Woo.
Yeah.
Or not. We'll see. Back in 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
First on BBC One.
Do you like it down here on Earth?
What's he say?
He senses an evil presence.
He senses an evil presence?
Yes.
Who could that be?
Which 3 months of the year begin with the letter J? Think before you answer.
January. June. July.
The time is right. It's time for you to play your game. People are coming.
One false move and I'll run this man through.
Oh, goodness me, what a terrible threat.
By what creeps, what crawls, by what does not, let all that grows recede and rot!
He can't see, can he? Call an ambulance, Duncan. He can't see, man! Boy!
Welcome to the Wheel of Fortune. It's really good to see you. Here she is, Carol Smiley.
Underpants. On the planet Underwearer, Y Fronto, leader of the Thunderpants team, awakes to find...
The magic bloomers of Underwearer, with their amazing powers and sacred gusset, have been stolen.
Oh, no, sir.
Summon the team, Willie Nix. This must be the work of the evil Bumra.
Yes.
He's enjoying himself. Oh, where's he gone? He was there a minute ago. Harold! Answer me, love! Harold! Harold!
Whack-a-day, whack-a-day, whack-a-day.
Beatles about. Watch out. Beatles about. Watch.
Tom Hardy. Good morning, Tom.
Hello.
You go round there, love. Hello there. Nice to meet you. No, sit yourself down. Come on, get comfortable.
Easy.
Just have a look at your personal details. No, not easy.
Hello! Hello there, and welcome to this, a brand new game show called Get Your Own Back, the show which gives... Next.
Hello, Games Master. The eyeball monster at the end of level 2 in Altered Beast keeps on killing me. How can I destroy it?
I must say, I'm rather surprised you haven't...
Sync the Pink and the latest Nikam Stereo TV is the reward. Finally, pot the black to win our fabulous mysteries Star Prize.
Isn't being stood up dreadful? Has it ever happened to you? It's happened to me once.
Poetry, you write poems and ditties, things. Have you ever shown your boyfriend your ditties?
I ain't telling you.
Without, so, enter, stranger. Who challenges my dungeon?
David Campbell.
You have some small previous experience of dungeoneering, I hope.
Yes, I have.
Very well. And what reward do you seek here?
On Smooth Milk Chocolate, you never forget your first dime.
That bloke's a nutter. Oi, nutter!
Phew, what a mouthful. And
What a
here
mouthful.
he is.
You did very well. Hello, how are you?
She's anxious to rush away.
She is. I've got fast hold of her here.
Stay here and enjoy it, girl.
You have not
And we're back.
The dwarf, the cripple, and the mother of mindfulness.
That was our chat with
Surfer Dane
Quirk, Saturn Rooster at Saturn Rooster on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
More Australians, please.
Ryan has been saying for months to get Dane on.
Yeah,
but I just don't like asking Aussies
because it's so
early. You're a massive racist.
That and we're so transient
right.
with our start time.
Yes,
I don't like putting people out of their fucking
bit of temporal
putting people out.
Yeah,
saying yeah. Please, can you come on our podcast? Yeah, I'd love to, mate. What time does it start? 5 a.m. Be there. We can't move. You know, I feel like a cunt doing that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But, you know, we've had, I think Dane is our 4th Aussie.
Yeah, we've had a couple.
I could think of 3.
Go on.
Spartan guy.
Spartan Steve from the Spartan History Podcast.
That guy who went to Comet Summit.
Mark Young, chemical scientist and comic research.
That's all
cosmic research.
That's all I can think of.
And Casting Through Ancient Greece, Mark.
Oh.
Casting Through Ancient Greece podcast, Mark.
I don't remember that guy.
Wow.
Mind I can't remember his surname now, but just go to Podcast Addict and put in Casting Through Ancient Greece and you'll find his podcast.
Australian.
So Dane will be the 4th.
Oh, there we go.
The perfect 4th.
Good.
It'll be the perfect 5th if we're talking harmonics. But whatever.
Of course, yeah, we need a 5th. Ah, wonderful. Yeah, it was fantastic. Very interesting. Lots of numbers, lots of mind-blowing shiz.
I've just thought, like, the Leonard Cohen song, Hallelujah.
Yeah.
It goes like this, the 4th, the 5th, the minor 3rd to the major lift.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
You know, he's talking about hallelujah is a religious, ecstatic pronouncement. And he's describing it in musical terms, 4ths, 5ths.
It was about S&M though, right?
Major 3rds, minor 4th, minor 3rd, whatever, you know.
And relating it to God.
Yeah.
And shagging.
And there's the nature of the universe, whatever.
Yeah. You know, I think it points to some kind of interrelatedness. Now, whether that is a design or a simulation or
pattern
just because
recognition,
that, or it's because, you know, that's the size of the Earth and the universe and everything has to fit within that.
But size,
some kind of ratio.
That's why I was trying to figure out with gravity, but it doesn't work because gravity depends on composition, not size.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work like the size of the Earth. Oh, it's just mind bending. It's twisting my melon.
It's not too loud.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it was good though. It was good fun. It was a bit silly at times, which we love. So yeah,
levity.
Levity
is required.
Absolutely. There's too much brevity sometimes in the chats as well.
I never.
Levity.
Sorry, I've been making conscious efforts over recent weeks to engage more with the chats, and just weren't happening because there was not that there wasn't any need, but
you're just not important to us.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, look, we've got loads of comments, and that's fantastic. So.
It's good. Good engagement.
Yeah.
Well done, team.
If we were like a massive podcast, we would have like super chat catch-up shows.
It would be impossible to kind of log. You should count yourselves lucky that you support such a small podcast.
Yeah.
And get ignored.
You get the experience.
We're northern and we're bloody miserable and the weather's fucking shit.
You get the experience of supporting a much larger podcast without the hassle.
Exactly, yeah.
The micro and the macro.
Absolutely. It's all intertwined. Intersynced. It's very late anyway. We should probably get on with it.
With what?
The rest of the part 2-ness?
There is no part 2, Ben, now.
We're not doing
done 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
So we're doing some housekeeping.
What it's worth.
Housekeeping time. Don't skip this bit. Share the word through Telegram, Facebook, or a tweet. Gouge the eyes. Let's raise the tone. Gouge the eyes. Help us grow. We can't do this on our own. a seed. It's housekeeping time. Return some value. It's housekeeping time. Gouge his eyes.
Gouge his eyes!
It's housekeeping time. Focus your G. It's housekeeping time. Sign up for the newsletter.
Yes, this is a value for value podcast, and if you get any value from this podcast, there are a myriad of ways of returning value to us, and my favorite way, as ever, is word of mouth. Wherever you are online, whether you're in Discord servers like the Jedi Academy, Facebook groups, Telegram chats, if you feel that the people within that realm will be receptive of the shit we spray on the internet, send them a link. Help more people get involved, contributing, being less passive and more active listeners and producers, sending us end of show ISOs or cool things to watch online or guest suggestions. You know, that's what it's all about. Getting involved.
That's always great. What is also great?
That's
fucking where have these beers
stick a
been?
flake in it.
Have you dug this up? Where's it been?
It was in a carrier bag outside, full of cobwebs. I washed it down with hosepipe and then put it in the freezer to kill all the nasties.
Beautiful.
I drowned them and then cryogenically froze them for about 30 minutes before we started.
Wow.
And but it is the nectar of the gods. Coffee stout from Aldi, £1.69 a bottle last time I checked. Although inflation is a bitch, so it might be £1.80 now. I bet it is.
Absolute filth.
I thought it was $1.89 and then $1.79 on offer.
What's 20p between friends?
Well, I don't know. A lot. 10% almost. Or more.
If you do have a spare 20p, you could always toss it our way in the...
you have to do all the other housekeeping first. Ben.
What?
You could spend it in our merch store and exchange it for tangible goods.
Oh, no one does that.
No.
Skip the merch store.
No
Not
one
interested.
does that.
Nobody-
We could have gone straight to the thing.
Nobody buys anything.
That's what I was.
Let's do it.
Do you remember when years ago that guy bought some stuff? Remember?
Is that you?
Remember? About 7 years ago. I think he was in hospital. And
he did, yeah.
And he bought like a...
Was it a Current Grape t-shirt?
It was a mask, I think, wasn't it?
Was it Gav
A
Scott?
muzzle. No.
Was it Big Spuds?
No, it wasn't. It was a guy. I've never seen him since, but he was in hospital. He was having some kind of operation, and he bought a mask.
Yeah.
So it was in the COVID times, 6 years ago. Then
interesting.
What was the mask we had? Was it put on your fucking muzzle? Or
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad about it. I mean, they weren't meant to be used, by the way, those face masks we sold. They were meant to be keepsakes, like a reminder, perpetual reminder of the madness people went through.
The guy was in hospital. He wanted to preserve his non-infectiousness.
No, I don't think that's why he bought
You
one.
sold him a
I don't think he was a face mask wearer if he was listening at that time, surely.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, well, we can bin all that shit off then.
Just
artwork.
Oh, right. Yeah, we've got some artwork. We have a submission from Phil again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's been properly cleaned up, hasn't he?
Tournament Giant's Bane.
Yeah. And he has shaved his beard.
Boo.
He's gone for a surf, mate.
Yeah, surfy. Oh, I like that one. Let's choose that one for the winner.
Yeah,
this week.
It'll have to be. We haven't got a choice, really.
That was a nice bit of artwork. You can join us in the Element server. Look it up in the things. Just do stuff in there. Send us things. But just give us money.
Keep the mics hot, keep spinning the reel. Your silvers are armor. Your coppers are steel.
Echoes in our metal halls, keep it alive. Giving us value, your coins and power, fueling our drive. Can Can you be the one to keep us alive? Give us value, just press play. We slay, asking you today.
Scroll down to the show notes. You'll find a PayPal button there, and you can give us a weekly donation, a monthly donation, just a one-off, whatever floats your boat. If you don't like PayPal, you can always buy us a coffee. It's up to you. All proceeds go to the running costs of the show.
Yeah.
Plus, obviously, banana cleaners. We need banana cleaners, don't we?
Forgot about banana cleaners.
Yeah.
I've been able to clean my bananas manually.
I know, we didn't meet our target.
Oh, shit.
On GoFundMe.
Awful.
Oh, well. Yeah, do it for the lads.
Lads.
Right, let's see what's going up next.
First on BBC One.
The doctor, able to send email without a computer.
Was the sewing machine taken over by the spirit of Byron's grandmother?
Could a plant really identify a murderer?
Is it possible that a parrot could give a young girl the will to live? A fertilized octopus egg ingested into the human system actually grows.
Right, so end of show iSource. This is how we always end the show, with an isolated clip that's been picked up on the media waves during the previous 7 days, and I've fallen short, really. I've only got one.
Number 2.
Choice of one ISO.
Well, let's have it then.
Entitled Number 3. That's this one. Number 3. Number 9. Number 9.
I'm a gooner. Where's that coming from? I'm a gooner.
Right.
How long have you been sitting on that for? 3 weeks or a month?
1 week.
I'm a gooner. I don't even remember saying that.
I thought it was your mantra.
Well, you know, only when I get caught. Gooning.
I'm a gooner. Raging Stone Collinges everywhere.
You gape at the majesty of it.
Nice.
Maybe you could do a combo of those.
No, I'll just have that.
I'm a gooner.
Just be that.
Tattoo.
How did you find that? Don't understand.
You're not safe anywhere.
No.
In here, this room, this tiny box.
Anywhere.
Oh, I wonder what the ratios are in this cube.
That's a good point.
Would it even matter what you measured in?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's one Han Solo tall.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
In carbonite.
Mm.
So I imagine it's not a perfect square because I built it. I don't measure shit.
No.
Racket thigh, as you used to say.
By eye. Yeah.
Just say it up.
It's just lasted. hasn't
Looks
it?
all right from my house. Fuck it.
Man is the
Exactly.
measure of all things.
How long is it? How long ago did you build this? Is it 6 years? 7 years?
It's before pandemic.
Right.
It stood the test of time.
Exactly.
I think it's just all the jizz holding it together.
Oh, Christ.
I mean, it's everywhere. It must be everywhere by now. From all the, you know.
I am a gooner.
The gooning.
I don't do that here. There's only one person who gooned. Well, as far as we
I
know.
thought you used wallpaper paste for.
It's expensive, man. I'm all about natural products.
Okay.
You know.
It's important to stay hydrated.
During
In
your
that
gooning.
case.
I
In
hear.
that
Is it
case.
really?
I hear.
You hear?
Well.
Okay, so they've been around. They haven't been here for like a month, and they've nothing to say.
I've been all around the world. I'm very tired.
Okay.
Where did you go in the world?
I went to China, and then I went to Edinburgh, and then I went to Miami. Then I came back here. So
Edinburgh?
Yeah, Edinburgh. I went on a holiday to Edinburgh. It wasn't a,
Oh, that's
wasn't a work trip, but yeah, that was nice.
Did you go to the castle?
We went down the Royal Mile and went to a couple of.
Is it a Royal Mile or is it a Royal Kilometre?
Or cubit?
I think it's 324 units of
3,000.
measure. 3,024. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. There's a good air museum we went to. It was good. There was a guy there, and they had that this thing where they were doing up old airplanes for showing, and they had 3 like nuclear devices in there they had an ICBM for one, like one of the old style deterrents.
That's an intercontinental ballistic missile,
Yeah,
is it?
like one stage of it in this big hangar, and they had two like nuclear bombs, airdrop nuclear bombs. They were all inert, disarmed. But he said that if they were active, that little village near Edinburgh would be the 10th largest nuclear superpower in the world.
Oh, right.
Because of the amount of fissile material they used to have in them, which I thought was quite cool. They also had a really old. Now, what was it? Was it like a DC-10 or something? No, I probably got that wrong. But it was an old airliner, and you could go in and into the old. They had all the old seats and everything, and the windows were shit, and there were no seat belts. Seats looked comfier though,
and more room.
Yeah, they had ashtrays in the arm.
Nice.
It
Obviously.
was wild. It's so weird to say.
I remember ashtrays in the 90s.
I remember ashtrays on
British Aerospace, British Airways. Yeah,
I remember. Yeah, going to Spain and there being one in the thing.
My first ever flight was in 2007.
Was it?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Your mum and dad, didn't you go away with your mum and dad? No,
we went to France, but we never flew.
Drove and camping type, Euro camping kind of thing.
Right. Very nice.
Yeah, it was good. And since then, I don't know, I've been everywhere. It's wild, but yeah, it was good. China's still there. It's fine. Go there quite a lot. Go there about 3 or 4 times a year now.
Do you still want to move there then?
It's No, I got a bit homesick this time. I will say.
Were you there for longer?
No, I was there for as short amount of time as possible. I think I went for 4 days, which was crazy because it's a long way to go for a short
4 days. Yeah,
I think that ruined me a little bit. I'll have to reconsider doing that again. But one
2
of the
weeks
nights
next time.
it was awful. There was thunder all night, and it was like absolutely apocalyptic thunderstorms.
Oh right, okay.
So
it's probably HARP that,
Probably, yeah.
In North America, just sending the weather over there just to fuck them up.
Yeah,
just to keep them awake.
Bit of HARP action.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was interesting.
Piss off the Oriental.
Miami was good. Everything's gone football mad over there. Obviously, I stayed for a couple more days in Miami than I had to, so I got a bit of time on the beach and wandered around for a bit. Went to a great place in Wynwood, I think. There's like all the walls and stuff are graffitis, and it's like a what we would call a kind of area of
ghetto
natural beauty, I guess. No, it's like a very artistic kind of area. It was quite cool. It's a very cool kind of hip part of Miami. Okay. But they had a vintage guitar and car kind of shop museum there.
Right.
They had like a Lamborghini and
Countach.
Yeah, Countach. Yeah, and like a '68 Shelby Mustang.
Yeah.
Loads of other cool cars, and then like really old guitars, like absolutely ancient 50s and 60s Strats and things. And yeah, it was good. Good place to visit. I bought a t-shirt, not a vintage guitar. So yeah, I had to wander around for a bit more than I usually do. Took some photos and came home. Yeah, gets a bit tiring, the old
walking around and being in the sunshine all day.
I did get very sunburnt on that last day.
Did you?
I walked from Mid Beach to South Beach in Miami Beach, and it's a long way. I walked along the shore for a bit, which was fun, and then
it's not for walking in America, is it? That's where everyone drives.
No, I got terribly burnt. There's lots of cool cars over there. Yeah, I had what did I do? Oh, I ordered a strawberry daiquiri, as you do, on Ocean Drive, and it was quite nice. And when it arrived, it was just in a pint glass.
What were you expecting?
A bit of accoutrement, a bit of stuff in it and stuff. I know. But it was a frozen daiquiri, and a pint of frozen strawberry daiquiri. So,
how much vodka was in it?
Is there vodka in a daiquiri?
Well, you can get a virgin one.
No, it definitely wasn't a virgin one.
Right,
I thought it was rum.
Rum, maybe, yeah.
There was a fuck ton of alcohol.
Oh, right, okay.
Florida, yeah, it would be rum, wouldn't it?
It was wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was good. I'm gonna try and get out to the Keys next time I'm out there.
Oh right, yeah.
Kind of like the whole Vice City vibe, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
When it comes to Florida and like the 1980s.
Scarface.
You know, Scarface.
That's Miami, isn't it? Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. There's like the whole kind of South Beach area is all Art Deco buildings and things. It's pretty cool. I think there's an area called Liberty City as well in Miami that I think was probably
in this video
a
game.
nod to the video game, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the
Miami was before GTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the way around it went. Yeah. Well, I went to Florida too.
You did, yeah.
I went to Walt Disney World for 13 days.
The House of Mouse.
And prayed at the altar of capitalism.
No, it's fun. It's a fun time.
Didn't they? Have they brought Luke Skywalker back yet?
Oh well, so yeah, if you go, so there's 4 parks. So there's the Magic Kingdom. There's one called Epcot.
Lame.
That's the world of tomorrow.
Hollywood Studios.
That's good.
Mildly interesting.
And the Animal Kingdom or Animal
Yes,
Kingdom.
that's where I would go.
So all of them were really good. All of the parks were really good. I particularly liked the Star Wars bit in Hollywood Studios. It's called Galaxy's Edge.
The hotel. Did you go in the hotel? Galaxy's Edge?
No. There's the area in the park is called Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, I think they strip it down. They spent $1 billion on that hotel. I think they tore it down, didn't they? Because
I don't know.
When they charging $3,000 a night. Galaxy's Edge is a famous.
Well, the
it's
area
the hotel where you have
know.
the star. You sleep in like you're bunking in the Falcon.
Oh right, okay.
Galaxy's Edge, but I think they tore it down after a year because it was like a massive failure.
I don't know. I think that's a vague memory of that, like from, but I don't remember. So there's it's massive. It's the size of Greater Manchester. So, all the parks and all the land and the property that they own, and there's loads of different hotels within Disney World, but we didn't stay in Disney World.
All right.
And then there's the parks. Parks are kind of separate, and then like the hotels are all around them essentially. But I thought that Galaxy's Edge was really good. You kind of all the different areas of the park. So there was a bit when you walk into it, which was supposed to be 1930s Hollywood, essentially.
Is that what a Tower of Terror is?
Yeah. You kind of walk in and then you turn to the right, and at the end is the Tower of Terror. And if you turn left at the end of that road, it's called the Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh, that used to be Aerosmith, right?
Yeah, and now it's the Muppets, basically. Yeah. And then if you go straight ahead, it's the famous cinema in LA, the Chinese theater, is it called?
Yeah.
Mans is it?
I don't know, where they do like or they used to do the premieres at least. And that's got a Mickey Mouse ride in it. And then you go to the left and it's Toy Story area, which is like the hottest place on earth.
Yeah. Incoming in 3 weeks, is it? 4 weeks, Toy Story 6.
Oh, right, yeah. And then beyond that is Galaxy's Edge, basically. So you kind of walk into it and it slowly builds. And then I just nerded out a little bit because you can hear the spaceships above you and stuff. They play music, sounds.
I would
stuff.
love that.
They play music.
They play like so you can like.
So they walk in herds.
So you can hear. It's like being in the film essentially.
It's an immersive experience.
Yeah. So and then there is
Was Ray there?
So,
Ray.
So it is.
Was Ray there?
So it is based. So basically, the main ride, the main ride, Star Wars ride, is called Rise of the Resistance, and it's Kylo Ren and Rey and BB-8 a part of it. But the whole experience of that ride was really good. So,
did you get your midi-chlorians counted?
But you could build a droid. You could build so there's the special. I didn't know about all these different things you could do within it. Okay. So we just wandered into this little shop thing. It was like a
bazaar,
a set. So there is a bazaar within Galaxy's Edge as well, but this is in a different part of it. And you can build your own droid, basically. You pick all the different parts and you put it together however you want it to be. You can build your own lightsaber. So when we were on the airport in Orlando coming home...
The spaceport, I think.
Well, in Orlando, at the airport. We're out of the Hollywood Studios at that point. So
Orlando.
Yeah.
So Orlando Calrissian.
There was a call. The call to board was something on the lines of first class. People in wheelchairs,
Rebel scum,
and any lightsabers for special checking in. Basically, and you're not allowed to take your lightsaber onto in your seat, and you get a little tube.
You don't need to check in my lightsaber,
and
it's because it's a weapon from a
more civilized age.
Yeah, and it gets checked in. It gets checked in specially, basically.
Wow, because of the kyber crystals, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
They're too unstable.
Unstable at high altitude.
So, but the Star Wars thing, I don't know, you might never go, but you might go. It's really clever how they did it and stuff. And some of the things. So you went onto it, you were being evacuated, and you go onto that, and you've got to get over. I wished it was like, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, but unfortunately none of them were there.
They're all dead.
Yeah, they killed them all off, didn't they? But it wasn't. So I got over that. Yeah. And you go on a spaceship, and you think, when you walk onto it, it has a door, obviously, that opens, and then on the opposite side, as you walk into it, there's another door, and you think, oh right, okay, so what's going to happen? Yeah. We're being evacuated.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just going to walk through that other door. And the spaceship starts flying. It feels like it's flying.
Got a big screen in front.
Yeah, there's one at the front, one at the back. And then you're being attacked and all the rest of it. And you're tractor beamed by a starship. Yes. And then the same door opens, spoiler alert, that you came in to the ride on or whatever, the queue. And you walk out, and you're in a huge docking bay in a starship with loads of what are they called?
Ships, droids,
death troopers, whatever they're called.
Oh, stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers, yeah. And apparently, I didn't get this, but there's like a squadron of them, and if you look at them, some of them move. But I didn't see any of them move because it's like, wow, this is amazing.
I think there's a similar ride in Paris.
I think they're all the same. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Similar things.
These are all assets from the Galaxy's Edge Hotel they launched a couple of years ago.
Oh, right.
I've seen them all in reviews. Like the building the lightsaber. Is there a bit where you have to shoot asteroids or something in the?
No, I don't. Yeah. Maybe
it's
as part
of interactive games, and you interact with. You get assigned a character, like a guide. And you get cues. Go to the Terminal 6 on Deck B, and you go there, and you get, it's like a mystery box, like find that, open the clue to go to the next thing. That's how it started. It's like an immersive, like,
you
live on the ship, like your hotel room is in the ship.
Right.
It's a bunk, like a Star Wars bunk. And it just panned because they was charging so much, and it was kind of, they had lots of logistical issues.
Oh, right.
So they've obviously scaled it back.
Well,
they're like the core.
I've got a feeling that
elements of it.
I think that the hotel is separate to this thing.
That's what I mean. I think they had to ditch the hotel.
And the ride, it's called a ride, but it's not. Kind of is at some point, but it's kind of an experience. It lasts like 20 minutes basically. Yeah. But it was really good, and it's really well put together, and like you can't. It's called a trackless roller coaster, so it kind of drives around by itself. It's really hard. But one of the other one, I've never heard of any of the stuff before I went and look at anything. I think I had heard of like Space Mountain at Magic Kingdom and the Thunder Mountain and things like that.
Yeah.
And I managed to go on those, but the other one was there was one called a Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Oh, right.
At Epcot. And that's been open for quite a few years, apparently. And I have never experienced anything like that in my entire life. It was like indoors. And again, you're being evacuated. So there's a theme there. And you the ride starts, roller coaster starts, and one of the songs plays from the film, and it's different each time, apparently, as people go through. But it's a roller coaster in the dark with some kind of 360-degree cinema around you. So big, massive images flash up,
right.
and it's like that thing that was inside the planet. Is it Galactus inside the planet?
Black hole? Oh, Galactus, yeah.
That's in the planet, like in Eternals.
Oh, no, it was...
Fantastic Four. It was Galactus in Fantastic
Yeah, no,
Four.
yeah, the Eternals. It's one of the... what was them?
They put the born in planets, aren't they?
Demigod thing.
Yeah, so that was kind of chasing you as you
Titans.
go around it and stuff. That was amazing. So there's just so many things there. The Tower of Terror was really good. The Muppets ride was really
Tower
good.
of Terror's ace.
But I would, yeah.
Elementals.
Are they?
I think it's the Elementals, no?
I don't know.
But if you could get there, I would recommend going. Definitely. And we didn't do anything else other than go to the park. And then we had like a few days in there where we were staying, basically.
Were you staying
it was
in
great.
Kissimmee?
I think it's cold. We stayed next to Lake Bryan.
Nice.
It was across the road. Like
was
I
there
said,
a ferry?
No. I think it would technically be, the area would be Lake Buena Vista is the area.
Right, yeah.
So it's kind I don't
nice view.
But it's like, everything's so far away. Like the complex we stayed on, it was massive. Like probably thousands of rooms.
Did you hire a car? Did you drive around?
No, we just got Ubers because you have to pay. Unfortunately, where we stayed, it's $35 a day to park your car there.
Right, yeah.
I know, which we brought in a couple of years ago, and then $30 or $35 to park your car at whichever park you're at,
Right.
and then you can't drink alcohol. And then that's
Yeah.
what kind of made me get
Big
through the
fat
day.
no. Yeah.
I mean, when I was queuing up for that Guardians of the Galaxy, I nearly had like 3 panic attacks. It was so busy and overwhelming. I'm so hot, cold.
Did he still have the giant turkey legs?
Yes, they sell it in Epcot. No, Magic Kingdom
All
and
over the
Epcot.
place,
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw people eating those. It looked like they'd been hammed.
They're so weird. They're like dinosaur meat.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's
You saw like
such a
3
weird thing.
people. And then we were just like the first day we got really lucky with all of the rides, in that we managed to get on like 5 rides in a day, which is unheard of. Like been asleep, all of us had slept for like 4 hours or something. But we just went and did it. It was great. And just had a walk around. It's just, for me, it was just a bit surreal, I guess.
Yeah.
To be in like Disneyland or whatever.
Everything, it's the scale, isn't it? Everything's ginormous.
This is what I thought they'd be bigger. That was the thing. But what I've found out is apparently parts of them have been shut down. So there was a bit of, I can't remember what it used to be called now, but apparently they're building a Cars bit on it now and a Villains bit at the Magic Kingdom.
Right.
There was a dinosaur land at the Animal Kingdom that's been shut down, and that's been turned into Tropical Americas or something. It's
Right.
going to have an Indiana Jones something or other in it.
Another dead franchise.
And that might have Harrison Ford in, though, if we're lucky.
Reanimated corpse.
Well, I don't know how they would do it. It would be it's animatronics in the Star Wars stuff in parts of it. So, yeah. But it was just so, at certain points, it was so hot.
Yeah.
Like, just stood there, and just absolutely dripping with sweat. But you just you can get an app and you can time all the right, this has got half an hour queue, let's fucking get over there kind of thing. You just run to the side of the park. But it was really good. And at night time, it's like, so like the Star Wars bit at night looked like 10 times better,
Yeah. Do you go to like Palpatine's opera?
I didn't see it. So like the experiences. So there's lots. So you could book a restaurant. My brother was talking to me about it, and I kind of half clicked it when I was there. But you can book sit down restaurant meals in inverted commas, because it's the same food in every single park, presented differently. It's
Breakfast with Mon Mothma.
It's It's like some form of pulled pork.
Tauntaun nuggets and chips.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Chicken, it's like chicken strips.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
So apparently there's a cantina experience. Yeah. So it's that.
Yeah, that's what I'd want.
But I just...
gee.
And I've seen these people wait.
He doesn't like you.
Yeah.
I don't like you either. I'm wanted on 10 systems.
But it didn't click. I was just like, there's so much stuff to do, and I was looking. There's a full. I didn't even say about. There's a full size Millennium Falcon just there, in one of like the areas of Galaxy's Edge. There's it's called, what was it called? Like Smuggler's Run, and you get to go into the cockpit. Guess what? I was a flight engineer, unfortunately.
Nice. Oh, did you do what Ray did? Did you fix the...
We did something.
Did you bypass the regulator?
I had to press buttons all the time, and which didn't make sense because the Mandalorian has nothing to do with the Millennium Falcon, but Grogu and
shoehorn. Was the shoehorn still stuck in the back of Grogu?
Oh, it's because of the film, isn't it? The film's come out, so that's why they put them in. So it wasn't even Chewie, like, it wasn't not even Chewbacca.
Oh, what?
I know. So, and then like two lucky pricks, because of the way they were stood, got to pilot it.
How were they stood?
Because they were at the head of the queue. It's just random. Just random.
Like bantha fodder.
Yeah, just random. So that was a good experience as well.
Did you get to bullseye any womp rats on your T16 back home?
No, but they did have the speeders. The speeders were there.
Right. How did the moisture farming go? the moisture farming experience.
That was the best one. And they had an Imperial transport ship, which Kylo Ren came off at some point and walked around. They had like stormtroopers occasionally walking around.
Emo Ren? Was Emo Ren there? Did you see him in the flash?
Yeah, and he came out.
Did he have his crossblade? Did he get his lightsaber out?
Not that I remember. He just shouted at the crowd and stuff with two stormtroopers.
He kind of shouted like this.
I tell you what was really good was this illusion they did for Rey's hologram. I was like looking at it thinking that's just a hologram, but apparently it was a reflection in a mirror.
It wasn't a real hologram because they have real holograms, like the famous Tupac hologram.
I thought it was real, and apparently it's a mirror, and it had a super high definition screen, and it was mirrored at an angle or something.
Okay,
but it was great. Yeah, the whole thing was great.
Yeah.
So on the last day, so there's a place called Disney Springs.
Disney Springs,
and it's like a outdoor shopping mall. I guess it's like a bit rubbish. I was a bit underwhelmed with it, but anyway. I'm rushing to
finish the story.
Yeah, because it's time to go.
Yeah.
I'm ordering an Uber because it's like someone's coming to pick us up at 1:55, and it's like 1:30 1 or something. I'm like 10 minutes away. So like, fuck me, rushing.
Fuck me, I'm rushing.
And then bonk. I walk into something.
Oh no!
So I've walked into there's like these outdoor stairs.
Was it a protocol droid?
Yeah, no, I was in Disney Springs.
Right.
There's no droids there, and I've walked in some outdoor.
We don't serve your kind in here.
And you know when you like bash your head and you think, oh, that's going to bleed. I had that kind of feeling, like 'cause it's really sore.
Yeah, all the time.
So I turn to my wife and say, is it bleeding? Not thinking it's going to bleed. And then I just feel this, and I start absolutely pissing blood out of my head. Like, but the kids are just looking at me like, arms are covered in blood. It's just, and I'm having to stand like that, so it's dripping. I just put my head over this fucking.
I've just been assaulted by Club Shito.
Exactly.
Follow that droid.
So, and it's pouring basically this blood. I think, fuck me, I've got like 20 minutes to get back. Otherwise, we're gonna miss, get to the airport and all the rest of it.
Fuck.
So my wife manages to like. Call there's Disney people everywhere. So this is the thing.
I got Qui-Gon to heal you.
What I should have done.
Yeah.
As a side note, I don't think there's a better place on earth, a better public toilet to be found than at Disney World. All of the toilets
found doing what?
Just to take a shit or have a wee. Okay. They're all clean, and they're cleaned all the time. It's amazing. But anyway,
nice.
And have seat covers as well, because they're not dirty Scythians. So anyway, so she flags down like a Disney official, and she goes, have you got any like first aid here? No, we don't do first aid.
Second aid?
Do you want me to call you a paramedic? Oh, no. I've got to go get a taxi.
That sounds expensive.
I'll get you a rag. She gets me a rag.
A rag?
It's a tea towel. We would call. I've just got this thing on my head.
A do-rag.
I thought, right, fuck, I'm going to have to stand up. Because I had my head down at that point. Obviously, that's going to make it worse. And I just pressed it. And I just... thankfully, it stopped. I just washed all this blood off me. Fucking legged it to get the Uber. And just made it. Got there for like $1.55 for our taxi, basically, to the airport. Wow. It's a nice bit of stress.
That's what you want.
Just before I was going, like, I'm thinking, oh my God, am I all right to fly?
How much alcohol did you drink on the way home?
Just 2 glasses. This was the thing I couldn't get my head around because I've been so trained by short haul flights to Spain. Yeah. You could just go.
Sweet summer child.
Yeah. You could just go to the back.
Ham in the paint.
You could go to the galley
yeah.
of British Airways plane and just ask for a beer and it's free.
Yeah.
Yo ho ho.
Speedbird, OG.
You're a space pirate.
Yeah, exactly. So it was amazing. Well, I didn't really take it up that much because I just felt rough at that point. But you could just, there was like an old guy at the back of the plane with constant little cans of San Miguel the entire flight.
I mean, what else are you going to
do?
He had it right, basically. Yeah.
Nice. What plane were you on?
Aeroplane.
Yeah, an aero.
Okay.
Foil.
What plane of existence?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
3 dimensions plus time.
Had three, 4, 3 seats. It's a 343. Boeing 343.
That's in economy, right?
Obviously, Ben.
What's the length in inches of a Boeing 343?
Don't know.
There's no such thing as Boeing 343.
I think
that was a trick question.
I think it was a 737. If I had to think,
a wide body 737,
maybe,
possibly.
I know it looked like it was old. I think it was a Boeing.
Yeah.
With General Electric, which I wasn't very fond of.
Ashtrays.
Jets on it rather than Rolls Royce.
Airbus have Rolls Royce, don't you?
Yeah. Well, there we go. Yeah. So that was just a nice bit of terror at the end.
That was nice. That was a cool story. It had everything. Mild peril.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
So if you can get yourself to Disneyland, I would wholeheartedly recommend it.
It's on the list.
I've not had one of these yet.
They're very good.
I've heard they're disappointing.
They're different. Well, I told you.
What is it?
It's a Badger's.
They're still very good.
Cranbourne Poacher. So they used to do a beer called Poacher's Choice, which was the damson infused. Licorice. Yeah, damson and licorice infused ruby ale. And they've now brought out, due to popular demand, I imagine, because they cancelled that beer for some gay reason. And now we have the Cranbourne Poacher. So I'm going to
my experience
sample
is
that shortly.
It tastes slightly sharper than the old version.
Sharper on the tongue.
Yeah, you know, like.
But what about in the bowels?
In the bowels, it's rounded.
Why did they stop it?
It's nice.
It's a bolus.
Yeah.
Why did they stop it though?
Good question. We would have to. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know the answer to that.
I need to go get some bread and milk anyway.
I know these are the questions we need answering.
And we'll answer them next time.
Yeah.
Which is in 2 weeks, right?
Oh yeah. These they want another holiday next week, so we're not here next week.
We've formed a union, Matt and I.
The podcasters union.
I try and think of something to say for the last one of the month, though.
The People's Podcast of Judea has decided that Sunday is a holy day.
It is. It is. The following Sunday's a barn raising, right?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. That'll be fun.
Okay,
Look forward to that.
Yeah.
Relaxo.
Rancho
Relaxo.
Number 8. That's what I was thinking of when you were saying number 9.
Number 8.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right then. See you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye.
See you in a couple of weeks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
First on BBC One.
The doctor, able to send email without a computer. Was it so?
It was lovely. It really did bring a tear to my Jack's eye. Asshole.
I'm a poo pirate.
difference. Don't ever let anyone tell you that there's no difference between a Labour government and a Conservative government.
Navel glazing.
Willie G. Chungus never seems so sus. So sus. So sus. He vents to electrical.
Sigma spider climbed up the skibbity spout. And that spider is you, Top Sigma James. Yes, it is. This is Nigel Farage wishing you a big Chungus. Congratulations for being the top G skibbity alpha male.
Can I see
You
it
will
in your
promise
face, can
to-
you?
No. Fuck shit, piss, cock, cunt.
Yeah, time to go. Did somebody say just eat?
Not only can you take a load, you can take the ultimate load, and even better than that, that you find your true calling and destiny in your willingness to take the ultimate load.
Oh my gosh. What do I do?
Teenage Mutant Elon Musk fuckface wanker. Wow.
Not been called that before.
You've never been called that again?
No.
I hope Graham Norton sees this video.
Graham Norton, aye.
Maybe I'll get in the red chair.
Maybe, aye. I'll definitely get launched back, won't it?
Fuck off. I wouldn't want to walk.
No?
I'd want launched.
Would you want launched?
I'd want launched.
Saying, yeah.
Launched into Lorraine Kelly's arsehole. Let me out, you pedo!
I've missed that. I've missed it. For the avoidance of doubt, I'm not a fucking pedo.
Have I just unplugged something? Let me in, Elon, you fat bastard.
What?
Spunk of the day.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time? That
You gotta give him that. Spit on that thing.
I've been getting loads of comments from you guys asking, am I Big Chungus? I'm afraid, because of secrecy, I can't tell you. I know who he is, and at some point in the future, I'll let you know.
I love these like mad bastards who do stupid things.
I am a gooner.